projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Let's go. It's time for Sedano and Kap.
A little sabor, and we're going to just nosh.
It is George Sedano. It is Scott Kaplan. Sedano and Kap is on for your Friday afternoon.
I'm going to have to say respectfully, I'm going to disagree.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
Here we go, a feel-good Friday on the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover. May 30th already. Man, where has it gone, as some people like to say. Meanwhile, Sedano's back, but Cappy's off today. What is this becoming, Mason in Ireland? I'm sorry, I know. Producer Lindsay giving me the look. Good vibrations, Jack. Good vibrations. We'll have him today because Ramona Shelburne's here. Momo. And Sedano and Momo will get into hard, deep NBA talk.
Chicken quesadilla, please.
And Kasim's back again in for producer D, Young D. So let's do it. The LA Afternoon Drive Takeover.
A Jerusalem cherry.
He likes to lay the wood.
Yeah. You say kikuchi.
Wacky forced radio stunt of the year.
Christopher can go to hell.
Oh, nothing worse than the horse.
Nah, man, black don't crack.
Benjamin Pratt is like, how do you say his name? Asminger?
Asminger. Hey, these Hard Knocks guys are all over me right now. It's like I'm back in Dayton. You are a bit killer.
Because you got to talk about sperm.
I mean, look at me. I'm a hot piece of ass. I mean, look at him.
I'm on with Sedano.
Followers.
Yamaliava. Because I thought it was like, I'm a-leaving.
A duck butt. What is that?
Sedano and Kap with Momo your Friday afternoon right now.
Beep, ba-da-bop. Let's go, Momo. Boom, ba-da-bop. Beep, ba-da-bop. Boom, ba-da-bop. Ba-doom-doom.
There it is.
There it is. Momo,
You do this every day.
welcome to the show that
Yeah.
now has an open that's like almost the whole segment.
It kind of is.
It's kind of
I was like,
well, it's a bit.
The
Like
only
we
thing
just want
that's
to keep adding
longer
to
than
it.
You're open
Yeah.
is Clinton's open.
Oh,
in the
really?
mornings. Oh my God.
I'm not up
just
that
started.
early.
Yates.
Yeah.
Clinton Yates, and then he has like everyone talking about Clinton Yates for like at least 3 minutes.
That's so Clinton.
That sounds like does sound like our
I
buddy.
listen to him a lot in the morning, and I'm like,
Not up that early.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
You have kids too.
I do, but like I'm like my first. I don't even turn on the TV till they're gone.
I heard you call in to Clinton's show.
I did from
the
my
other
bed
day.
in Oklahoma
Yeah,
City.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah.
Because the first question out of Clinton's mouth was something like you completely disagreed with.
Yeah.
Like he had a whole premise.
Well, he was talking about Anthony Edwards in
Oh, yeah.
Minnesota not playing well and this that. And my thing was like, no, I disagree. This is about Oklahoma City being awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah. Well, that was
Great.
literally like my. I had set the alarm.
Same. I did this the other day with
Okay.
Sports
So
Tonight.
I
Okay,
was
fair.
out late.
Yeah.
Okay. And with some ball knowers that you would know.
Did you have a party voice?
No, I had a regular voice.
Okay.
I was fine.
Okay.
But
Ball knowers.
So we were out late with some ball knowers in around OKC, and
Yeah.
we were surveying the area, as they say.
They got spots there.
They do have spots.
Yeah.
Even spots that stay open till like 2 a.m. I actually ran into like some.
Did you go by the Collective?
I did not.
Do you know I stayed by the Collective and there was like a shooting there one night, and I
Wow.
was like, whoa.
Yeah, which is normally not the case. Pretty safe
Yeah, I
area,
thought I was
OKC.
in Oklahoma. I didn't think things like this happened.
Right. I mean, in LA, it's like, whatever.
I know.
Yeah. But I set the alarm knowing that they were going to call at 10:30 Central Time.
Let me guess. 10:27?
25.
Whoa, you gave yourself. That's like me with the Around the Horn call.
Yeah.
7:30 conference call.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 7:27 alarm just so I have just enough time to grab a drink of water.
Yeah. Well, literally, it was enough time to just wash my face, brush my teeth, and that wakes me up. That in my mind, that's the trigger.
But here's the question: were you trying to get up, or did you go back to sleep afterwards?
I laid down afterwards. I didn't go to sleep afterwards because I knew once I actually had a 10-minute conversation, my brain was on. It's not happening.
I can go back to sleep.
I can't. No.
Yeah, that's like one of my special talents in life.
Good for you.
Like I'm gonna do a whole radio. I did the Unsportsmanlike from New York after Game 1.
Yeah.
It was 8:30. So, like, those games are like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I didn't go to bed till 4 or something.
Right, yeah.
So, like, I was like, I'm going right back to bed after this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to talk and sound sort of awake. I don't think I sounded that awake. I think if you heard the sound, you could probably tell. A little groveling.
I felt like if I listened back to it, I sounded awake, and I think it was because I disagreed right out of the gate. So my brain was like, "All right, functioning. Let's go. We got to function."
Like, no, I don't think
because
so.
if I would have just wanted to mail it in, I would have just said, "Yeah, Clinton, you're right."
Yeah.
And X, Y, and Z
totally
is why
could.
you're right.
Yeah.
Because
and
I got
then
all
you
the
talk for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
because I got all the numbers in my head. I just watched it. I know what the hell just happened, so it's not like it's that hard.
That's the greatest thing about radio is like especially your sideline job.
Yeah.
You just listen to these ball knowers.
Yeah, all game.
All night long.
Right. And you're listening to the ball knowers on the broadcast, and then you're going into the huddles and listening to more ball knowers.
But PJ Carlissimo literally told you what to go do. Hey, I want to know what Mark Dagnall is telling his team right now.
Yeah.
As they're up 35 points in the fourth quarter and they're chipping.
He actually said that.
And you were probably going to go to the other huddle.
Right.
But then you redirected to give PJ what he wanted.
Yeah.
That was good.
That exact scenario happened.
I was listening.
Oh, okay.
That's how I know.
Oh, okay. I thought you were guessing. I was like, that's pretty damn good.
I was driving on my way home from getting my hair done. See, I come home. I have 3 days at home. I have to get a lot of things done.
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
I'm
getting my hair cut
done
tomorrow.
in a long time.
Shout out to RC.
Yeah, I got my kid's haircut the next day.
Yeah.
I was helping Daniel. I don't know. I felt like I was cheating, but
Daniel's going to start high school next year.
He's going to be. They're going to be like, your son has passed into the 5th grade. I'm like, oh no, I was too good at those. Okay.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah. That's Stanford education. But yeah, I was barely awake, but awake enough to do Clinton's show.
Yeah.
And that's how you know how it is.
I think that's how he is too. Yeah.
No, but that's how you got to, when you're on the road, that's how you got to roll.
Yeah.
Like it was one of those, I'll tell you during the break, but it's one of those nights where I started off having dinner, and then one of the people having dinner was like, hey, I'm going to go have a drink with these people. And I was like, all right, it's early. It's 10 o'clock. I'm good. And then, 10 o'clock turned into like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, that's how it happens.
Yeah.
With the ball knowers.
Right. Ball knowers like to drink.
Yeah.
Tell ball knowers stories.
Ball knowers. You know what they do?
Yeah.
They don't order a glass of anything.
No.
They order bottles.
Yeah.
Even if it's like not wine?
Well, it depends on where you're going. In
wine.
OKC, post dinner, you're just going for like to bars. So there's not a lot. There's no bottle situations
there. There was like a beer garden I went to when I went to the College World Series. There.
We ended up at a the last place we ended up at was a place called RJ's. Richard Jefferson is what made me remember.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, it looked like an old saloon is the way I would describe it. All wooded out.
Oh, yeah, okay.
A little bit of leather, some wood chairs. On the a little bit of leather.
Let's just remind people we're talking about
the
a
booth,
bar.
On the booth.
Okay.
In the booth.
On
yeah.
the booth. Okay.
Yeah.
Because if you just joined right there,
right.
a little bit of
leather
leather
upholstery. Probably not really leather. I'm guessing it's like Boltaflex or something like that. Something that's not like real leather. Pleather.
Pleather.
Yeah.
Familiar with the pleather?
Yeah. So we were there, and then lights came on, and they're like, one more round, and we were like, yeah, but with a water, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like that girl. I drink a water with every.
Well, I had 2 waters for sure towards the end.
Every drink, I have to have a water. I'm very old now. I have no tolerance.
No, you got to do it because here's the thing: when I woke up in the middle of the night to pee, because that's what happens when you get old.
Yes, and also when you drink a lot.
Right. I had a little bit of a headache, and I'm like, I'm going to need to make sure I fall asleep here for the next 4 hours or 5 hours until that Clinton call comes in.
Yeah.
Did you take a Tylenol before you went to bed?
No, you don't do that. That'll wreck your liver.
Really?
You don't want to do that. Yeah, you don't
I
want
always
to do that.
do that.
Just Gatorade. You're good.
Oh.
I do.
Hydrate.
I don't do Advil.
Yeah,
that's what I
none
mean.
of that stuff is really good for you, though.
I don't know.
Not when you drink, especially.
Okay.
It's cool to avoid a morning headache, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I met one of Trudell's boys in Minnesota. This guy's like brilliant. And I'm not saying Mike's not really
He's
smart.
a smart guy.
Yeah, but this guy is like Mensa. And it was kind of like, he's also a ball knower.
Okay.
He's a doctor, works for a bunch of teams now.
Yeah.
As like a consultant, started in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Went to grew up with Mike.
Yeah.
And we had coffee, and it ended up being like a 90-minute coffee. That's how interesting the guy was.
Wow.
Shout out to Trudeau.
Cool.
Yeah.
How's Trudeau doing after that loss?
What, the T-Wolves?
Yeah.
I don't think he has, I don't think I think he's he doesn't have this affinity for them like he may have once had many years ago. It's been a long time removed, is what I would say. So, yeah, I mean, I think he's he's a ball knower. He's just he knew what was going to happen.
I feel like my big takeaway from these playoffs is that I probably watched the two best teams play already, and that was Denver and OKC.
Correct. That was the finals.
Yeah. I think that was the final series. That was the two best teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and the Clippers might have been right there with them because they pushed Denver pretty hard.
Which is kind of crazy because those are the series that you were both on, and they were all 7. They were the teams that were best suited to compete in the postseason.
That's right.
Because they had different characteristics, right? OKC, most athletic, deepest, etc. Denver has Jokic and championship experience.
And Aaron Gordon was amazing.
Right, until he busted his leg.
Yeah.
And Porter played through an insane shoulder injury.
Apparently Russ played with a broken hand.
Right. And then the Clippers, they just clipped. But, nonetheless, I shouldn't even say that because it wasn't even their fault.
They just got tired.
Oh, and the Aaron Gordon thing changed the entire series.
Totally.
That series was lost right there.
Yes. Aaron Gordon with
the dunk. We'd never seen anything. Literally, in all of the games that have been played in the history of this sport that we have documented, nothing like that has ever happened.
It was an air ball.
Right.
It was.
He just caught it and threw it in.
It was unbelievable. And then I just think James Harden ran out of gas. They figured
out some
things
that's also
on him.
kind of
what happens to James Harden.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah. But some of that's on how they used him, etc. Yeah. But I feel like I already saw the best series. That was
that was the best one. Yeah, and I did games 3 and 4 in that series.
Yeah, and I'm watching. I've been watching the Eastern Conference. Yeah. I was out in the Knicks Pacers, and I was my first takeaway from Game 1 was, oh my God, these teams are so not as good as the teams I've been watching in the West.
Right. It's not. It's like you're watching two different sports.
Right.
Yeah.
So these finals, I don't know. We'll see. If it's Indiana or New York, I feel like it's five-gamer.
A turned angle changes a lot.
Yeah, true.
So,
true.
And I'm not rooting for that, but I'm just saying, we've seen it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it is kind of what it is. So,
hey, what do you want to talk about?
We got stuff.
Okay.
There's stuff.
Yeah, I saw it. I read Lindsay's rundown. She does a beautiful rundown every time.
There's stuff. I sent her a bunch of stuff. I want to, you know what? Let's start with JJ.
Okay.
He went to go visit the Rams. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
And I actually love it for a number of reasons, and I'd love to get your thoughts on that. So
I have a lot of thoughts.
Oh, as you always do. That's why we love having you. We need someone that has thoughts. Not to say Cappy doesn't have thoughts. It's usually not the thoughts that we need them. We need the thoughts we need him to have to be on on the right trajectory. Don't always occur when we need them to.
I once had an editor who he had this piece of feedback that he always gave.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff in here. I'm just not sure what it adds up to.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I feel like if I can't,
He takes a circuitous route. Yeah, to get
it's
to
me on Waze,
Yeah.
How did I get here today?
Yeah, that's why I don't do Waze. I just do Google Maps, even if it takes an extra 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's probably smart.
I'm fine.
I went some very weird way around Dodger Stadium today.
Oh.
I don't think it was faster.
Hey, real quick, so let's get to that. The road to the global glory continues here on thanks to our friends at Michelob Ultra, for a FIFA World Cup watch party. So this is the FIFA World Cup Club event. This is not, obviously, the FIFA World Cup.
Right.
So that is not distinguished there. So it's not your fault, but whoever wrote this.
I copied and pasted it from Bergman.
Right. So it just needs to have
FIFA
that.
Club. It says FIFA Club.
Yeah. Okay.
So
FIFA Club World Cup watch party this Saturday at Tom's Watch Bar.
Soccer.
I'm going to watch.
Go watch some soccer. That's what it's about.
Ella, it's kicking off at 7:30, so you get to Tom's, get there early, because I heard Mario say on Mason in Ireland that the pregame will start at 7. He's here, back there somewhere. So anyway, go to Tom's here at LA Live, get there early, grab your spot, enjoy the giveaways. Ice cold Michelob Ultras, presented by ESPN LA and Michelob Ultra. By the way, Michelob Ultra also has Michelob Ultra Zero now.
Really?
Non-alcoholic.
Oh.
There's plenty of people.
When I was pregnant, I would have been all over that.
Yeah, exactly. It's cold. It tastes good. You know what I mean? So you can get either. But anyway, Superior Light Beer, and that's Saturday at Tom's Watch Bar, which is mañana. 7:30 kickoff. Come party with Michelob Ultra and 710 ESPN for the FIFA Club World Cup watch party.
This is Do or Die.
This is the main event.
Some call it the biggest match in LAFC history.
LAFC taking on Club America.
The black and gold take on Club America in the ultimate showdown, the FIFA Club World Cup play-in match.
There'll be nothing remotely friendly about this one.
Only one club punches their ticket to this summer's FIFA Club World Cup, and the other goes home. Catch every second of this high-stakes clash. Pre-game coverage starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on the ESPN LA app.
Hey, guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk, and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double Down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
Gat.com. You call, Abner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, AbnerGat.com.
All right. We got a caller who says, I need to buy a car and I need to save money. Well, my friend, I've got one answer for you. The Cerritos Auto Square. It's America's largest auto mall. 24 dealerships, all the top brands, all in one easy location right here in SoCal. And here's the secret. These dealers sell more cars than anyone because they have low prices. And they can actually afford low prices because they sell so many cars. Check it out at CerritosAutosquare.com.
Cerritos Auto Square. Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GAR-001292. GAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text STAPLE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text STAPLE to 321-321. That's STAPLE to 321-321.
And it is Sedano Kap. Your Friday afternoon Momo is sitting in for Cappy. Today is Water a Flower Day. How about that? And let's play this for Momo. The #1 country song back on this day in 1992. You know she did this dance. She still does it at that joint we're supposed to hang out with in the deep West Valley. Maybe this summer, Momo. Billy Ray Cyrus. Achy Breaky Heart. Sedano and Kap with Momo continues your Friday afternoon right now.
Oh, Achy Breaky Heart.
I know the line dance to this.
I do
learned
not.
it at the senior center with my grandma when I was like 8.
This is my era.
This song was
92.
This was like it for like a whole year.
I still probably even know the dance.
That's
what
what
I
Lindsay
said.
was
I
saying.
said I know the line dance for
Right,
sure.
Like, can you want to do it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay,
You guys do it. My achy breaky heart. Here, I'll turn off the mic so you can hear. Look at you, Momo. You got it. Yeah, she got it.
I mean, it's also like everyone's bar mitzvah dance.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was big in the bar mitzvah circuit.
I mean,
do you do the achy breaky heart at the bar mitzvahs?
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of dancing, you guys
Anything
missed
that's
it.
got a little line dance to it, yeah.
Yesterday, Trudell was in with Cappy, and I forget what song it was, but Trudell was talking about how he's got this move. He's like, I could do a booty drop.
Oh my God,
and
heard
he did
you.
it. He did it, and they're putting it up on YouTube now. They just kept playing it randomly out of nowhere.
It's funny.
Because I was not expecting it
Can you
whatsoever.
show me kind of what it's like? Because I heard you laugh like you've never laughed before.
It was real. No, I'm not going to do it. Absolutely
I
not.
want to see if you can do the Trudell.
No, I can't.
I think you can.
I can't.
Come on, Linz.
No, I can't. I
George?
won't.
I don't even know what it is, so I didn't see it. I wasn't here.
I mean,
told
did
them
the achy breaky heart. Come
They
on.
just randomly put it on YouTube.
Don't you
like,
want to win Producer of the Year?
Listen, I already am.
All right, so I'm
producer of the year.
starting to see it. Hold on.
This is
let
how
me
you.
see.
This is how you win those things.
I got.
You have to-
So you
I
just
gotta
did like
stretch it out.
a drop. That's
Yeah,
like,
his
Let me
booty
see it.
drop.
So it was like something.
Where
like
do you
this,
see
and
it?
You just were like, whoa.
Oh, yeah, but it's funnier when Trudell does it.
Because it was not expected at all.
It
Like it
wasn't
just came
right.
out of nowhere.
It'd be like if he. I mean, do you think he knows how to do like the sprinkler?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
sprinkler's easy.
Yeah.
Anybody can do that. It's just,
Yeah.
What is it like again? Show me. Yeah. Okay.
What's like your go-to move, Momo, when you're like dancing? What's your go-to move?
I mean, I can always go with a little sprinkler. I think that's good.
Yeah?
I can do a Running Man.
Okay.
I can do a little.
It's very 90s. The running.
Oh,
Man.
I know all the '90s dances.
Yeah, yeah,
Those
for
are
sure.
Running Man will take a lot out of you.
I can do some Kid and Play.
Yeah. What's
Some
that?
Roger Rabbit.
I don't know what Kid and Play
I
is.
can do a Cabbage Patch.
Oh, Cabbage Patch is a.
That's not really a dance.
No, it's not.
Juwan Howard invented that thing for the sports people back in the day at Michigan.
Do you dance when you have a couple in you when you're at the club with the ball knowers?
I'm like Sean McVay. Yeah, absolutely. I can get down if you. Not with the ball knowers necessarily,
Well,
but
no, I'm
PJ
sure those guys
Carlos
dance,
Ramona,
right?
yeah. Poor PJ's back was killing him. He's got like a
no.
disc problem. It's a mess right now.
I gotta call him.
Yeah, he's a mess.
PJ's the best.
Yeah, he's the mayor of every town you go to.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about JJ real quick.
Okay.
So he went to go visit the Rams. I love this, by the way. And I say this because I feel like...
He could use a little McVay.
Yeah, and as a young coach, I think... and so he knows this story because I remember him talking about it on his podcast once with LeBron. And LeBron, in one of the Mind the Game episodes, they talked about... I remember Cappy was super into this episode because it was a football-related one. LeBron told the story to JJ, and JJ knew the story because Tom Haberstroh wrote it for us here at ESPN back in like 2011 or whatever it was.
I'm not going to fact check that. Go ahead.
Well, because it was after they lost to Dallas.
Okay, fair enough.
Spo that summer, he met with Chip Kelly, Urban Meyer, all these spread offense guys.
Yeah.
Right? And wanted to talk to them about like why the spread offense works in football, how players use leverage and all those kind of things because he wanted to be able to like galaxy brain it for basketball, basically.
Yeah.
So and look, it really helped them. He put LeBron at the 4. Everything changed for that team. They played super small and they won. And I'm not saying that that's what JJ's looking for schematics necessarily, but I think also I remember Spo in that story, and I've talked to him about this in the past about like just philosophy, like coaching philosophy, right? Like, and you're with these guys who've won at a high level, maybe even in a different sport, and you could kind of like ping pong ideas off of each other.
Right.
So, and Sean, as you know, is super open, loves basketball, first of all.
He does.
So, like...
I think he's a P1. I think he listens to us all the time.
Oh, no, he listens, and he loves hoops, because I've seen him at a ton of games over the years. But, yeah, like I just think that it's really smart for JJ to get a little McVay, going, like, and get that dialogue going. Les, too, because I saw him talking to Les Snead, too, about, like, roster building and roster construction and those philosophies and how those two guys align and how all that stuff fits together. Like, I think all of that stuff is really smart as
I appreciate you buttering me up, George.
Thanks, Sean. And almost like reconnaissance a little bit for JJ.
It's a very think different kind of approach. A lot of coaches, when they get fired, they go on this sort of sabbatical tour. I remember Tibbs did that. He got fired in Minnesota, and then he was
in between
like,
a Bristol stint.
Yeah. I did shows with Tibbs. It was so weird.
Yeah.
And I remember he came, he came out to like hang with Doc Rivers. He came, but a lot of them go to like different.
Oh crap, Tibbs, you're here.
I
would have said the actual word, but he
that was his guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I know.
Boston, yeah. But like it was like LA Tibbs. It was kind of fun. He
Yeah.
was here for like a month or two.
Yeah.
And
can't get rid of him.
Really into the Doc voice today.
That's just easy.
Yeah.
It's just a raspy voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like when people go interdisciplinary, like cross they cross-pollinate ideas.
Yes.
Like Andrew Friedman and Daryl Morey are friends. They're both Houston guys. They
Right.
meet at the Breakfast Club every year in Houston.
Smart.
And
Smart guys.
And I remember Andrew Friedman told me, he goes, one of the things I learned from Morey was how to construct multi-team deals. Because in baseball, they really didn't do that.
Yeah, no.
They just kind of do one-to-one.
Right.
But in the NBA, there's always 3 and 4 and
Oh, my
5 team
God.
deals.
Yeah, yeah.
And he and Daryl would talk about that all the time. Like they
Right.
you just swap stories from different sports because a lot of times those kind of things apply. But I think with JJ and with Sean, to me, it's not just about how to think differently about offense or defense or X's and O's stuff. I think it's how you comport yourself as a head coach.
No doubt, all of it.
Sean is
He's aces at all that
aces.
stuff.
Amazing,
Right.
Like he takes it would be Sean McVay's fault that I was late for the show.
Right.
So I got to do a better job of that, of preparing my player to take the right route down from the valley and get around Dodger Stadium using Google Maps instead of Waze. Oh, I'm going to own that. We're going to get better at that. That's not on her. That would be Sean.
Right.
He literally, like, every single thing that goes wrong with the team,
Yeah.
that's on him.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to watch. It's almost like a joke at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I think JJ, while he, I think he's clearly gotten through to Luka because Luka looks like he's.
I mean, skinny Luka.
I mean, if he wasn't a professional athlete, I'd say he's on the shots.
Yeah.
Like he's taking Wegovy or something.
Right.
Like, my goodness.
Wegovy.
Like everyone in LA.
Oh, you see that commercial, the Wegovy commercial?
Oh yeah, Wegovy and the
Yeah.
Manjaro,
Yeah.
and then like everybody I see who's like has this rapid weight loss. I'm like, oh, which one?
Yeah.
Wegovy, Manjaro. What are you doing? You know,
Yeah.
like he's unbelievable in how
Yeah.
he's got through to Luka.
But here's what I would say. Yeah, like with an athlete, you got also, like, unlike most people who will do any do those other medical ways to get lose some weight, the athlete has literally 24-hour availability of people to help him lose weight if he wants to.
True.
Yes.
But I think just the comportment of how to get through a season.
Sure.
With I thought JJ's year 1 was amazing. Was really good.
Regular season was incredible.
Yeah, but I think he needs to learn how to get not too high, not too low.
Yeah.
There's a sort of roller coaster to his intensity.
Yeah.
And I think it's great. That's why you're great at what you do, but you have to learn how your team is going to follow you and the way that you handle things.
Let me ask you. I'm going to ask you a question about that. Okay, on the other side, about the roller coaster, the intensity, how to manage that stuff. Because you're around Kobe, obviously a ton. So and he's as intense as anyone ever was, right? And I would imagine as he got older, he learned how to manage that to some extent. Right, but more so than he did when he was younger, clearly. So we could talk about that because I do think that there's an evolution there as a human being in sports that takes place, right? So let's dive into the psychology of that on the other side. But first, I also want to tell people, you want to be a part of this, okay? The first ever Cappy Blackjack Tournament, okay? It's happening Friday, June 6th, okay, at Park West Bicycle Casino in Bell Gardens. RSVP now at ESPNLA.com. Click on the picture of Cappy, and get this, you'll be there. You'll be reserved for that Cappy Blackjack Tournament. So go to ESPNLA.com right now to RSVP. That's ESPNLA.com right now to RSVP for the first ever Cappy Blackjack Tournament at Park West Bicycle Casino.
The road to glory runs through Los Angeles, and ESPN LA is teaming up with Michelob Ultra for an epic FIFA Club World Cup watch party you won't want to miss. Join us this Saturday at Tom's Watch Bar at LA Live as two powerhouse clubs face off for a shot at the world stage. This Saturday, kickoff at 7:30 p.m. Be sure to get there early so you can get your spot. Catch every second on dozens of screens, enjoy giveaways, and sip on ice-cold Ultras. Thanks to Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. And, of course, 710 ESPN. We'll see you this Saturday at Tom's Watch Bar at LA Live.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time.
Pick me up and never put me down.
Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium beverage drink like our creamy and delicious Thai tea. Waba Grill, keeping it real every day for you.
Hey, Southern California, I'm Ty Pennington, the home guy. Teaming up with Pechanga Resort Casino to give away a brand new house. Imagine yourself in a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in incredible Temecula, California. All you need to do is play your favorite slots or table games at Pechanga Resort Casino. The more you play, the more entries you earn. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for complete details on Home Sweet Win.
Rules and conditions apply. Go to Pechanga.com for more details.
This just in, the NFL schedule has dropped, and you know what that means. It's go time. Adam Schefter here with the Insider Tip. If you're trying to catch your team live this season, Vivid Seats is the move. For the best selection of games and seats, it's time to snap your tickets up now. Vivid Seats has great deals on great seats and the only rewards program in the game. It's no wonder they're the official ticketing partner of ESPN. So don't wait. Head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in those game days.
Summer's here, and seasonal businesses are hiring. Everything from hiking guides to surf instructors and more. Whether you're hiring for one of these roles or any other role, you need ZipRecruiter to find qualified candidates fast. ZipRecruiter's smart technology gets to work as soon as you post a job, diving in to find great matches and showing you top picks right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/sports to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
And it is Sedano Kap, your Friday afternoon. Momo sitting in for Cappy. Tomorrow, May 31st. Happy 60th birthday to Brooke Shields. Also, tomorrow's Autonomous Vehicle Day. Next week, we're going to send Funchy Lova into a Waymo, I think. Get his play-by-play. Meanwhile, tomorrow, May 31st, is the 63rd birthday of one Corey Hart. And you know what we got to play? Yes. Sedano and Kap continues your Friday afternoon right now.
Oh, yeah. Corey Hart. This is a Cappy song. I wear my sunglasses at night.
This is such a Cappy song.
Oh, yeah. He was definitely riding in like a beat-up IROC Z with the top down and definitely cranking this on like a cassette.
You know what he's like?
Yeah.
He would have been with Johnny Lawrence in the original.
Oh, he would have been
Cobra Kai.
part of the Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
With those jackets.
Yeah.
That would have been
Cappy was totally part of the Cobra Kai.
I was just thinking that. What are they, Capizio jackets? Is that what they're called?
It might have been.
No, maybe.
That's a dance
Those
jacket.
were Capizios were shoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was close.
Yeah.
Something like
You
that.
did have a clothing item.
They were like those red leather
Oh, yeah.
jackets, and they had the sleeves cut off, and they had like some
oh
sort
yeah,
of
like the guy in The Wedding Singer.
Yeah,
Totally.
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's Cappy in the 80s, man.
Yeah, for sure. The great Mario Ruiz is here. What's goody?
What's goody? What's goody?
All right, what's goody is LAFC tomorrow, Club America. Like, what are we looking at here? Okay, because this is a world-class event that they're trying to get into here.
A lot of people are saying, including me, this is one of the biggest games in LAFC
People
club
are
history.
saying-
Yeah, and I'm going to throw myself in there too, because this is a huge match, a chance to get on the global stage if they win tomorrow night against Club America, which is a huge Mexican powerhouse club.
Wow.
A huge following. I always tell people that it's Lakers, Dodgers, and then it's Club America, and then it's Chivas, and then it's all the other sports teams in LA. That's how many fans they have everywhere they go, but especially in LA. So many Mexicans here in LA. They're huge. So their fans showed up to the hotel last night and greeted the team as they arrived at the hotel, and that's just the atmosphere they bring. We played a preseason, or LAFC played a preseason match against Club America a couple months ago before the season started. It wasn't a friendly. It was supposed to be a friendly.
Yeah.
It wasn't much of a friendly. So it was pretty intense.
I don't like friendlies.
You don't like friendlies?
No, it's like the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
True.
Let's go.
It's a preseason match. They call them friendlies, but at some point the guys get into it and they get chippy. It always happens.
Yeah, of
So
course.
that was just a little preview of what to expect tomorrow night at BMO Stadium, and with the stakes so high, a chance to get into that tournament, and the winner, the club gets $10 million as well.
Wow.
So, I mean, the stakes are high.
So basically, FIFA just said, you know what? We've got the World Cup because it's country oriented. Let's create another tournament, and this will be local clubs, and let them battle it out, and we can crown the best local club in the world.
Yeah. So the Club World Cup is just clubs, and obviously the World Cup.
Right, it's just another way for them to make money.
Yeah.
Yes.
So León was a team that was supposed to be in this final spot.
Okay.
But they broke some rules. I'm not sure exactly the details of the rules that they break.
Okay.
So the runner-up was LAFC.
Right.
And the highest-rated Mexican club in Mexico was Club
Club
America.
America.
So they said, let's have them battle it out for that final spot.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at with that.
Okay, and what should we know about Club America and regarding the way they play?
They're just deep. They have, just endless talent on their team from top to bottom. But the thing is, LAFC too. Like, they're really, really loaded right now. LAFC's healthy right now. So they're coming in on an 8-game unbeaten stretch. Club America, they just lost the final in Liga MX. They just lost it. So they're a little bit down, but
right.
How to get over that is to get into another big match right away, right? But is it too soon, to jump into another big match for Club America right away?
What time is the game?
The pregame show is going to be at 7 p.m. tomorrow
perfect.
night.
It's supposed to be really hot tomorrow.
Yeah.
Today, tomorrow is hot.
Today was blazing.
So it's good. It's
I was
good
at
as
the
later
training
night.
facility just a little bit ago, and it was just so hot. But
it's like summer.
The atmosphere there, though, it seems like a final. There was so much media there. It felt like it was season 1, Carlos Vela, first couple of games. That was the atmosphere at the training facility.
Cool.
And the players said they've been training really, really hard since Tuesday. Usually they ease into the week and just kind of like turn it up, ramp it up.
Right.
They've been just hyped since like Tuesday already. So
Club America is like the Lakers of Mexico City.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah,
they're
because they have
following-
3 teams actually in Mexico City. So you have Club America, Pumas, and what's the third one I'm missing? Oh,
Chivas?
Azul.
Chivas?
Yeah.
You talking about, what do you mean, 3 teams of?
3 teams in Mexico City.
In Mexico City? Oh,
Yeah.
Pumas,
And then
Cruz Azul.
Cruz Azul.
Yeah.
And
Club America.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's, the Mexican Giants are Chivas,
Yeah.
which is huge
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well out
Yeah,
here.
Guadalajara.
And Club America,
Yeah.
Guadalajara. Those are rivals, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I've been talking to the guys. They're ready to go, and it's a lot on the line in this one.
Yeah.
A lot on the line in this
So Denis been playing fantastic.
Denis, 8 goals in the last 8 games. He's on fire. Olivier Giroud, who's been on the biggest stages ever, the biggest stages in the world of football, World Cup finals, Champions League finals. He's kind of been having a little bit of tough time defining playing time. The youngster Nathan Ordaz has been playing ridiculous. He comes from the LAFC Academy.
Right.
He's been scoring in big games. He scored against Inter Miami in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. He scored against Galaxy in the Derby game last week. He scored in many big games, and he's the type of guy that wants to be in these big games, and he's feeling like this is a big game, a chance for him to perform on a big, big stage.
How old is Giroud now?
Giroud, he's around his 40s.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
late 30s. Yeah. But he's made some of the biggest goals,
Right, of course.
and World Cup champion and everything. So, but I think this is a game, and if they get into this tournament, if they win this game, this is a stage where Giroud wants to be at.
Right.
And he has all the experience in the world, so he would love to have a big goal because everybody's waiting for that big Giroud moment still.
Right.
He's had a couple of goals with LAFC, but they're waiting for a big Giroud moment, kind of like when Gareth Bale came to LAFC.
Right.
They're waiting for a big moment. It was just one moment that they needed.
Right.
And he delivered
He did.
in the MLS Cup final.
Right.
And that's what everybody's waiting for from Giroud. And I think there's a possibility we could see something like that.
I love it.
Yeah.
You ready? You going to watch tomorrow?
Yeah. Well, it's at the watch party, right?
Right.
Down here.
Tom's Bar tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be at the stadium, unfortunately.
Right.
I wish
Right.
I could be there with everybody
Which
else.
Rose Bowl?
But,
Or
what's
BMO?
that? BMO Stadium.
Yeah, it's here.
BMO
So you
Stadium.
got to get there early because there's going to be a million people there.
Oh, my God.
The tickets must be insane for that.
Yeah.
thing.
It's sold out like super quick.
No,
It's
I'm saying
sold
like
out.
even the secondary
Yeah.
market's
Oh
got to
yeah,
be wild.
oh yeah. We've seen the prices. Yeah, I'm talking about like $300-$400
just
for
to get in the building.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be ridiculous.
There's only 20,000 seats, so
I know.
it's
That's,
like
that's why I thought the Rose Bowl.
yeah.
Should
Yeah.
move it. Open
I
it
know,
up.
I know. Yeah.
Now you want that at home though.
Right.
Yeah.
So this game is actually at BMO Stadium, but it's kind of not really a home game because FIFA comes in and takes over the stadium.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm talking about like maybe the music, the DJ, the announcer, like everything's a little bit different.
Right.
They take over all that too.
Yeah, because it's not really a home game
It's
for
their-
LAFC. It's at the stadium.
Right. It's their home venue, but
Venue.
the FIFA takes it all over. It's like the NCAA tournament in a
Yeah,
lot of
okay.
ways. You know how
Yeah.
sometimes people play in their
Yeah.
home areas, but then it's still the NCAA.
So
doing it.
credentials are all different.
Oh, weird.
Families that are coming to watch, their husbands
Yeah.
or their dads play, whatever. Like everybody is a little bit different. You know,
Right.
it's not normal routine. They might have the same locker room,
Right.
but there's going to be things that are a little bit different.
If they do win and they get in, what would be their group stage in the next round?
Yeah, so they're in the group with Flamengo, who's the biggest team in Brazil.
Right.
They're the champions of Brazil. Chelsea, of course, the champions over there.
Oh, man.
Everybody knows Chelsea. So an LAFC
the
match
Blues
against Chelsea, that would be massive.
Yeah.
And Giroud used to play for Chelsea, so he would be playing against his ex-team. Chelsea would be another great storyline.
So the other question I have is regarding the group stage. Like, where are those events going to be taking place?
In the United States. The whole tournament is in the United States.
Okay.
It would not be here in LA for LAFC.
Right.
They'd be traveling
somewhere.
Matter of fact, if they do get into this tournament, they'd be away for probably close to 2 weeks. They wouldn't be at home. They would be away.
Wow.
Staying in different hotels, going to different hotels, different venues, different stadiums, different states.
Will there be a group here in LA though? Or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is. Rose Bowl's going to have some games.
Okay.
I believe PSG's there.
Right.
They're going to have some big
wow.
games there
Yeah.
at the Rose Bowl, so that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
For sure. Make sure you get there early to the Rose Bowl, that's for sure.
Yeah, but at least they can sell out.
Oh, they'll have
100,000
if PSG's there, they're going to have the whole place packed. There's
So
no
at
doubt.
first it's a group stage, and after that it's kind of like the World
The
Cup.
knockouts.
The knockout game. So, I mean, LAFC
We
have...
got to get ready for the World Cup, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
This is a little
there's-
teaser. This is a little teaser here.
This is coming
Yeah.
faster than we think.
Oh, here in LA, yes.
Yeah. So the FIFA Club World Cup, which is the one that LAFC is trying to get into, is less than 2 weeks away.
Oh, my
It's
God.
like the turnaround is going to be quick for whoever wins this game on Saturday night. They
Right.
got to get ready and focused and get ready for this game.
I love it. How
So
are you getting focused and getting ready for the game?
Oh, I'm always focused. I'm always ready.
Stay ready. You don't have to get ready.
Oh, yeah. And Momo, I got something for you in
Thank
the car,
you.
matter
Thank
of fact.
you.
Momo's doing big things for a kid and raising
Oh my
money.
God, I'm part of the PTA.
I know.
You know what?
I love it.
How do you
I'm a
find
room
time
mom.
to do
I
that?
love
I
it.
don't have time.
Yes.
How do you do that?
Room mom is what you got to be doing.
Because my wife does the same thing,
I
and she
know.
raises money for the school, the
I
private
don't
school.
do that
and all
much. I pop in and out.
Oh, you pop in and out.
Pop
Okay.
in and out, yeah.
Still though.
Like I have a co-room mom, and I delegate. I'm like, hey, you be on the road. You take care of that weekly email. Can you do the teacher gifts? All right.
That's
cool,
part
thanks.
of being a leader. A real leader is knowing how to delegate. Put it in the right people's hands.
And also, it's
Yeah.
not that serious. It's all right. If we
No,
miss
it
a
is
week-
serious.
Like
It's for
I
the
missed one. I
kids.
was like, hey, here's your weekly email on Wednesday. Sorry, been busy.
My bad.
Momo, imagine
you know
if
what?
the moms
Sorry,
heard
dude.
you say that. Oh
Right.
my gosh.
Game
I'm
7.
ashamed.
Sorry. Had
yeah,
to do that.
sorry, dude.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
And she always my co-room mom, Sarah. She always wants me to write it because she's like, "You're the writer."
You are the
I
writer.
just cut and paste the regular stuff, and I
Or whatever
half the
ChatGPT
time-
says.
ChatGPT.
Or
Yeah, whatever
they
spits
send around
out.
a thing. You're just
Yeah.
forward it on to the people in your class.
Yeah.
But we got some drama in our group chat.
Oh, damn.
my
Oh,
God.
yeah.
the
Always.
family
I
group-
love that stuff.
Oh, the WhatsApp group chat.
Yeah,
Oh,
I stay
drama.
out of it, but sometimes wifey
Oh,
tells
man,
me a
sometimes
little bit of it, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
It starts
oh,
popping. You're like, what are we doing
Just
here?
got to remove yourself from that.
People are
And then
upset
I-
about the class party. Then they'll have
Oh.
their parents
and then I show
there,
up once in a
and,
while to the school, and I see the parents. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, damn, that's
I mean,
what
there's
you're talking about. Oh, dang, it goes down in the chat.
Mario, tomorrow, LAFC, 7 o'clock pregame.
Yes.
And then 7:30, they'll kick it off against Club America. Big game. Where does this one rank before you go? Like, if you had to rank them, like where this match ranks amongst all the LAFC matches we've seen in the years they've
That's
been
funny because that was the question that I was asking everybody today at training.
Yeah.
And everybody was saying it's right up there with those finals of the MLS Cup.
Okay, there we go.
And it feels like that. It feels
Yeah.
like that with all the media that was there
Yeah.
and just
Where
the
are they from?
intensity. Club America, Mexico City.
Mexico
No,
City.
where's the media from? All over the world,
Oh,
or,
yeah, yeah.
or U.S.
Yeah,
and
there's
Mexico?
a lot from Mexico,
Yeah.
obviously,
Okay.
following Club America because they demand that media to follow them. And then all the local LA, you know, media
Yeah, cool.
outlets. Yeah.
It's good stuff. You're the man, bro. Appreciate
you guys.
Have a great weekend. Have a great broadcast
Go
tomorrow.
Black and
Thank
go.
you.
There it is. Real quick, coming up, we didn't finish that conversation about
one?
JJ and Kobe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like just kind of the mindset, not comparing them, obviously, but the mindset you have to have as a
Yeah.
professional. And coaching and being a player is completely different, but there still needs to be like a little bit of an adjustment, is what we were discussing earlier. So let's get into that. And then also, I want to get into the Dodgers, who are playing the Yankees. I don't know if you
I'm
heard.
going. I'm
I
going
know.
tonight.
Yeah, that's why. So we want to talk
Everybody
to
else
you.
says Savannah Bananas. I'm going to the Dodgers Yankees.
Savannah Banana is a hot ticket.
There's
There's no doubt about that. It was a
unbelievable.
big conversation yesterday
It's
at
gonna be the
Mateo's
biggest crowd at Angel Stadium
baseball
all
game.
year.
Yeah. It might, no, it will be. I mean, that's true. But first, let me tell people about our friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone. Look, parents, you've heard us talk about it. Taking your kids to the dentist is not easy. They don't want to go. But once you take them to Children's Dental Fun Zone, your kids are going to be like, whoa, Mom, Dad, where did you guys bring me? This place feels like I'm in like a cartoon movie or something. It's ridiculous. So choosing a dental clinic, as we mentioned, big decision, but Children's Dental Fund Zone, they make it easy. Over 23 years of experience specializing in children's dentistry and orthodontics with state-of-the-art equipment and personal attention your kids deserve. Your kids are in good hands over there. From preventative care to routine care, dental treatments, braces, aligners, orthodontic planning, you name it, they got it. Children's Dental Fund Zone also has emergency hours with flexible scheduling options to ensure you get the care that you need, because you never know when the heck something happens. Tooth comes out, tooth gets chipped. Who the hell knows? You got to do it. So with free consultations, an amazing, welcoming atmosphere at every location, it makes the dental visits enjoyable. Your kids are going to be like, Mom, Dad, when are we going back to the dentist? Words you never thought you'd hear. And online booking is easy. Referral program, they got it as well with special bonuses there. 17 locations across the Southland. So they got you covered in L.A. County. They got you covered in Orange County. They got you covered in the IE. By the way, those of you in the IE, 3 more locations coming soon, all in San Bernardino. Children's Dental Fund Zone offers movies, iPads, and toys for the kids in the waiting area. And while they're getting their work done, they can watch movies and whatnot. It's super easy, man. And for parents, they make it easy for you, too. They accept Medi-Cal, PPO, and HMO insurance plans and handle the insurance paperwork for you. So to book your child's next appointment, visit their website, cdfzone.com. That's cdfzone.com. Or call them at 833-586-7898. That's 833-586-7898. Let them know Sedano and the whole crew here at ESPN LA sent you. Children's Dental Fund Zone. Sparkling smiles, happy kids.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
We were a little delinquent on a Mother's Day gift that we finally punched the ticket on. What'd you do? Apple Watch.
Oh, nice. Her first?
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. And do you sign it as for the kids, too?
No.
Okay, good.
You got a hack for an Apple Watch, Jorge?
Oh, he's got plenty. He's got Apple Watches in the trunk.
No, you can't say it? Okay.
It's Trav and D-Far. Back Monday after Clinton and Friends.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey guys, what's up? It's George Sedano. Waiting is never fun. Usually nothing good happens when you wait. My friend Jacob in the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie want to make sure you don't wait after an accident. Immediately after an accident, before talking to the insurance company, call Jacob, man. Jacob and his team will do all the work, make all the phone calls, handle the paperwork, set up the doctor's appointments, whatever the case may be. And when you speak to the insurance company first, it's a big mistake. Because you know why? They may later use your words against you. However, Jacob and his team, they'll guide you through the process, get you the compensation you deserve, and you don't have to pay Jacob unless he wins. Nothing out of pocket. Free. Gratis. So if you're injured in an accident, the first name, the first thought, the first call should be Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob. Your next Subaru is waiting for you at Subaru of Glendale. Check this out. Lease a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Sport CVT for just $299 a month plus tax for 36 months. One at this payment. VIN S37-03172. MSRP $31,935. $33.99 due at signing. Call 888-855-6434 or check out SubaruofGlendale.net. On approved Tier 1 credit through Subaru Motors Finance. No security deposit. 10,000 miles a year. Model code SRD-21.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
710 ESPN.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN.
It's time for what you need to know.
Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
What you need to know is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Take it away, Lindsay.
Thanks, Sedano. So, what you need to know is that LA leads the nation in dog attacks on USPS
I saw that on postal
workers.
I saw that on the news this morning.
Yes. So
on KTLA.
Yes, they've climbed to more than 6,000 cases in the past year, and so now the U.S. Postal Service is launching its annual National Dog Bite Awareness Campaign beginning June 1st.
National Dog Bite Awareness Campaign.
That's correct, because LA itself recorded 77 dog attacks on postal workers in 2024, the highest number of any city in the country. Houston followed with 65, and then Chicago had 57.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I don't know. What are people doing that? Are they like training their dogs to attack the mailman?
Also, why are they outside?
Right.
Right.
Are they outside? Do they run to the door when the postman comes, or what?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that, look, I grew up in a very super blue-collar neighborhood, right? And we had a dog, and he was kind of menacing. And
just like Benny, he's quite the menace.
Well, Penny is not. But Benny thinks he is. But we always had him in the backyard. Like, the backyard was his area. The front yard had gates that you could not get to. And we had a gated front yard, too. But it was, the dog could not. I mean, unless someone left the side gate open, the dog was never going to be in the front yard, so the postal worker was never going to have to deal with that.
Right.
But, I don't know, man. It's a lot. It's also a much bigger town than almost anywhere in America, too.
True.
Maybe they're stray dogs.
Yeah.
Could
be stray dogs, too. That's a good point.
Excellent point.
Yeah, hadn't really thought of that.
So I keep Chewy in the backyard, too. I have a fenced-in gate, and he hangs out in the backyard all day with Pumpernickel, his neighbor dog.
Pumpernickel sounds like a bougie dog.
He's actually like the chillest, coolest dog ever.
No, I'm saying, but like bougie. It's a bougie name.
Yeah, it is. But he's not bougie himself.
Do you say Pumpernickel every time, or like what's the
Pumper
short?
is what they call
Pumper.
it.
Yeah, Pumper's easier.
Pumper,
yeah, you can't go Pumpernickel.
Yeah.
So one time, sometimes they like to sneak out when like the landscapers come, or like someone's taking out the garbage cans, and so then they'll like plan to like sneak out together. And it takes us a little while to round them up because we live in a cul-de-sac. And so they know that they're supposed to be like, come on, let's go. Like, come on, let's go back in the yard. And they know, and they just sit there and mess with you. Like, they try and juke you out and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember this one guy pulled up one time, and he's
the
like,
cone drill.
Yeah, he was like, you guys got to keep your dogs back there. That little one, talking about Chewy, he's like, that little one, he's the ringleader. He tried to come get me.
Ringleader.
And I'm like, really? He's a little like Frenchie pug. Let's be serious.
Well, he did attack people's schwanzes.
Yeah, that's what happens because it's when he jumps. That's kind of where
headbutts you.
Yeah. Kind of where he lands,
Yeah.
He just gets excited.
He's a head butter.
Yeah, he doesn't mean to.
I haven't seen that very much from a dog, a head butter.
Yeah.
All right, that is what you need to know. Also, what you need to know real quick, the Women's College World Series going on. Momo knows a thing or two about that. I just saw Jess Mendoza on the broadcast right now. I mean, you've been to those events. Did you play in one?
Yeah,
I would imagine. You guys were awesome.
Did you win?
Yeah, and we got third.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what is it like? Just give us a little quick scenario on what that's like.
Well, when I played 25 years ago, it was way different because it's Oklahoma City's way different, right? Back when we played, it was like we're out in Bricktown, and they televised some of the games, but not all of the games.
Right.
Like now, everything is televised.
Oh, even the regionals. Yeah.
And I think what's really cool is just, I mean, that stadium is like playing in a, you've never played in a stadium like that.
Right.
Like there's 15,000 fans there, or whatever it is, 10,000 or something, and I mean,
it's packed.
It's packed, and when I went back there a couple of years ago, because Stanford made it, and I went there. It was between games 1 and 2 of the World Series.
Yeah.
It was of the finals. It was. I remember it was game 1 of the finals, and it was in Denver.
Yeah.
And there was like 3 days off in between, so I was able to like go over to Oklahoma City. There's a direct flight.
Yeah.
You could just fly right over there. And
Ole Miss was staying at my hotel.
Yeah.
When
I
was
had
there.
Alabama there.
Yeah.
And they it feels it's kind of just like this next level. And I remember it was really hard because it was my senior year, so I knew.
Right.
It's really it's always hard now with softball players where they do have some professional leagues that are starting. I think there's a new
I saw
one
one.
that's starting.
AU.
Something like
SL,
that.
something like
Something
that.
like
yeah,
that,
I saw it yesterday.
And they have really good funding.
I was
and they have
watching
some broadcast stuff.
MLB's involved in
Yeah.
it, right? So I was watching MLB Network last night.
Yeah.
And they did a whole story on it. It was pretty awesome to watch.
And because I remember, but back when I played, like you didn't really have other alternatives. Like you were just
Right.
done. Like
That's
if
it.
you
College
wanted to
was
go
over.
play in Europe, okay, but
Right.
playing in Europe.
I didn't
in
even know that was a
softball-
thing.
Yeah, it was a thing. Like
Yeah.
you can get a job. There's people, they had teams in like the Netherlands.
You basically, if you were great, you came back to play in the Olympics, right?
If
And that was pretty
and
much
there
it.
was only like 12 or 15 girls who got that opportunity.
Yeah.
And so like it was bittersweet for me because we finally made the World Series after 3 years of losing in regionals or whatever. We finally make it. It's like the pinnacle of your sport.
Yeah.
And I know that like at the end of the week, everything I've worked for is over. Like, so I was just like, well, let's just go out on a high note.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just trying to like let it rip and,
Yeah.
have no regrets.
Right.
And I remember it was pretty awesome. By the way, this Tennessee pitcher, I think she threw the fastest pitch ever recently.
Yeah.
I think she threw something that was like 80-something miles an hour
Wow.
from the softball.
Yeah,
mound,
it said
ridiculous.
there that she averages like 75
Yeah,
to
that's
78
ridiculous.
or something like
and,
that.
And the reason why that's big is in softball.
I mean, that's a huge
it's
ball.
43 feet.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Right, it's coming really fast at
Really
you.
fast. It's
Yeah.
like 110-mile-an-hour fastball.
Right.
But it's definitely it's really different now because I think the offense has just exploded.
Right.
It used to be pitchers dominated the college softball game.
Yeah.
And now because
Oh,
the
man.
players are
So
better,
many great hitters.
and
Yeah.
the bats are different.
Yeah.
Like you don't.
You got
you
any
don't-
torpedo bats in softball?
Oh my god! I think I could have been a contender. I could have if I had those bats that they
Those
have now.
torpedo bats?
Yeah, I could.
So
have
I
been a
heard the
contender.
story about the torpedo bat.
Okay.
I got it from somebody while I was in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
And it was basically this person worked for the Yankees.
Okay.
And that the reason they went and got the whole torpedo bat idea was because this person told them, hey, you know what you should do? Like, we should be looking for market inefficiencies in baseball.
Yeah, okay.
You know, kind of like Billy Bean, early dawn of analytics, whatever. There's got to be other market inefficiencies that we can maybe use from other sports. So this person said, let's watch the World Cricket Championships.
Oh.
Because it's if anything
similar.
outside of outside of the U.S., that's probably the closest thing you'll get.
Yeah.
And if you watch cricket, their paddle or whatever, it's huge. It's like a paddle,
Right.
and it's shaped more like the torpedo bat is, and that's how they got the idea.
Got it.
Yeah, for the Yankees.
So we're gonna get our first look at this
Yeah.
weekend, right?
Yeah.
Like local look.
Yeah.
But other teams have tried it and they're not as good. They
Right.
don't work for them.
But it makes all the sense in the world, doesn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because you're trying to hit it on that part of the bat,
Right.
And you want to have all the
Right.
force there.
No, rarely do you hit it in the meat of the bat, the barrel of the bat, right?
Right.
You get like it comes in inside,
Yeah.
right, and you're hitting on the skinny part of the bat. You're not
Yeah.
going to hit it as well. So now you got a more proportional bat.
Yeah, and I would say like when I played, almost every game was like 2-1, 3-2.
Right.
Every once in a while, somebody
Oh,
would
there's
score
a lot
5
of
or 6.
high-scoring games
Every
now.
game now is like 8-7.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like
Yeah.
somebody hits a walk off. There's like a couple homers every game.
Yeah, I love it.
You know, I mean, the offense has gone crazy, like to the point where I think they actually might have to do something about it.
Oh.
It's almost too much.
You think tailor it back?
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, because people have 2 or 3 really amazing pitchers. These pitchers, any one of these pitchers right now that we have would have dominated in my era.
Right.
But it's a combination of skill and
Bigger, faster,
technology.
stronger. Yes.
Yeah, and the technology. The bats
Yeah.
are totally different.
Right. Let's finish the conversation we were having
Yeah.
about JJ, about just kind of like a learning curve to some extent, right?
Yeah.
In after his first season, we were talking about him visiting with McVay and Les
Yeah.
Snead and the Rams and whatnot. The thing we were talking about was his intensity, right? And how to channel that properly. And I feel like, look, Kobe was super intense.
Yeah.
But I felt like as he got older, he became better at channeling it properly.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, he's not a coach, but I still feel like those things kind of apply, don't they?
Like to me, it's about how you handle the highs and the lows.
Mhm.
Because it's a long season. You have to be able to stay even keeled when things are good and when things are bad. Not just even keeled as in no emotion, even keeled as in the same emotion.
Right.
Like we don't have like swings game to game,
Right.
day to day.
Yeah.
Because you literally. You can't keep that up. It's unsustainable.
No.
And B, your team reacts to how you are.
Right.
It just is the way it is.
Eventually
you need your
that
guys
happens,
to be able
yes.
to be more
Right.
resilient, and they take their cues from the coaching staff. And I've seen so many coaches that are like this, and they just burn themselves out a couple of years,
Mhm.
and they burn their players.
By the
out.
way, we thought McVay might have burned himself
Yeah.
out.
He did too.
And he does not seem.
No, not really.
Oh, yeah, Sean. There was a lot of rumors about it. Okay?
There was.
I feel like he's not, at least outwardly, riding the roller coaster the same
Yeah.
way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think somehow he's figured out how to. Like I was really impressed with how he got through those down years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the years when they weren't great, and then
Right.
he found ways to.
It's only been
motivate
2,
guys.
but yeah,
yeah, but
yeah.
still,
And,
like,
yeah, it's
he
still
went from
hard.
going from the Super Bowl to that.
Right. They won the Super Bowl and went 5-11 the next year.
That's not easy, and
Right.
to like find a way to keep things a clarity of focus
Right.
throughout that, and to not get too high or too low, like to still continue to bring that same intensity when things were bad.
Yeah.
And motivate guys and create a sense of culture and team harmony. Like I thought they did it. That's why their turnaround was so quick.
Right. Yeah.
Because they didn't just fall off a cliff.
Well, and Les did a great job
Yeah.
drafting too.
Yeah.
Right. But it is that, like, he's got to keep the guys
Yep.
focused on not falling off the cliff or letting go of the thank you, Pepe. Or letting go of the rope,
Yeah.
as a lot of coaches like to say. and then Les had to do his part, right?
Yeah.
And then they replenished very quickly because they nailed a lot of draft picks.
Yeah.
Which, it's funny, I was having this conversation with John and Mace and Michael last week when I was in OKC. And let's you and I have it, because I feel like the audience needs to hear it from someone like you who's more plugged in on this stuff, about I think the draft, Momo, is going to be incredibly important moving forward for NBA teams. Amongst a litany of things, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think there's going to be a list of things that are going to be really important moving forward in the way you construct your rosters. So let's get to that, because that'll allow us also to talk about Austin Reeves and this alleged, not demand, right? But the alleged contract, potential new contract that could be around $30 a year or something like that. We can get into all that stuff.
A little bit of sad breaking news. You ready?
Oh, no.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
What is it?
Nobody died.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I thought it was going to be like,
okay.
death
Evan
radio.
Phillips is undergoing Tommy John surgery. Dave Roberts just announced. He
Yeah.
tried playing catch a couple days ago, and it didn't go well. His season is over.
So that's why they got that closer.
Yeah, the kid from Cincinnati is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was good.
Right, he was.
They got to fix him.
Right, they got to fix him.
They will, which they always do. I
Yeah,
feel like.
but all my baseball buddies, see, I got a lot of group chats. I don't know about you, but I'm like, I got a lot of group chats, and like there's sports specific.
I got like mom chats.
We have ball knowers.
We have ball knowers. We created that one for the
I'm
show.
not in the ball knowers.
You wanna get
I
in?
actually
I'll
was
be in the
saying,
ball knowers.
I was
Yeah.
going to say today we should add her to that one.
Well,
for
just
sure.
add her.
Yeah, I'm going
Well,
to right
because
now.
we're I mean, we do have a fun bit that we're setting up, which is that I normally am property of Mason and Ireland show, right?
Right.
And I'm cheating on them a little bit.
Right,
You
but
know?
but
I've been
also,
doing call-ins with you guys.
but this is also
What
the
if I'm
ball
in-
knower show.
But what if I was in the ball knower group?
Ball knowers.
Is Ireland in the ball
I
knower
mean,
group?
do they own your digital rights?
No.
And then they
That's
don't.
what I'm
These
saying.
are,
Ireland
these are
is
text
not.
rights.
Ireland
I'm
is
just
not.
trying to start a little rivalry here.
I just
I'm-
added
I'm
you.
all
Listen,
for the
Mason.
fake
You know,
feuds.
Mason can get a little sensitive.
Well, yeah, I know they're in contract talks still.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know what? I want them to negotiate for me.
Yeah,
Just
there you
added
go.
you, Momo.
Yeah, where are you on all these negotiations? Where's the little piece for Momo? All right, let's get into all that on the other side. Stick around. 710 ESPN. Do I have a live read here? I should have checked before I said that. No,
You
we don't. Go to
but
break.
Yes, you can go to break because I'm going to tell you guys about our ESPN LA All-Star student event that we're doing. So Noah High School senior, who's a leader, scholar, and an athlete, nominate them for the ESPN LA All-Star student presented by Rotolo Chevrolet. 5 winners, $500 scholarships, VIP treatment at our All-Star Friday night event. Nominate your All-Star student today at ESPNLA.com. Thanks to Rotolo Chevrolet, California's #1 Chevy dealer in the West for 13 years in a row. Come see what all the fun's about.
This is Do or Die.
This is the main event.
Some call it the biggest match in LAFC history.
LAFC taking on Club America.
The Black and Gold take on Club America in the ultimate showdown, the FIFA Club World Cup play-in match.
There'll be nothing remotely friendly about this one.
Only one club punches their ticket to this summer's FIFA Club World Cup, and the other goes home. Catch every second of this high-stakes clash. Pre-game coverage starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on the ESPN LA app and on 710 after NBA playoffs.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for only $259 a month or get 3.99% APR for 72 months. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end June 2nd. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GAR-001292. GAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
And it is Sedano and Kap, your Friday afternoon. Momo sitting in for Cappy. Today is Mint Julep Day. And happy 45th birthday to Remy Ma. Also, let's say happy 50th birthday to CeeLo Green. Yeah, Sedano and Kap continues your Friday afternoon right now.
Oh, this song. Oh, my God. You couldn't get away from this song.
I just said it's so catchy.
Oh my gosh, yes.
This is a big NBA arena song, remember?
Totally, yeah.
Yeah. It was a big NBA arena song. And this is probably like 11, 12 in that range. What did he say, Chris?
Well, it's CeeLo's 50th birthday.
Oh, I thought it was the day like it became number one or something. Oh, it's 50,
Is this
50 years
CeeLo?
old.
2010.
CeeLo Green.
2010.
Oh, CeeLo.
It's 2010. That sounds right. Yeah.
I like the best. I always say this when we hear this song. When the Muppets redid it, and it was
that was
the
funny.
chicken,
I actually thought it was
and
hilarious.
And she did cluck you instead of
they did
bleep you.
cluck you.
It's like
with the chickens, right? Yes.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it is actually very funny. I love the Muppets.
I do too.
I'm a Muppet person.
So
I
am
grew up on the Muppets.
Nice.
Yeah, I loved Kermit
Muppet
the Frog.
Babies too.
Yeah, for
Do
sure.
you do a good Kermit?
Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
That's about it. It's very limited.
That's pretty good.
But that's about as good as I can do.
Way better than Cappy's impersonations, that's for sure.
Cappy does a terrible Shaq.
He does. He
So
thinks
bad.
it's so good too.
He thinks it's so good. It's so bad.
And he's Sammy Davis Jr.
No, the Sammy's actually not bad.
It's fun.
That one is pretty good. Hey, man. He does
Hey,
pretty
babe.
good. He does pretty good on Sammy Davis Jr. I'll give him that one. But the Shaq is terrible. Real quick, finishing up the group chat conversation before we move on. Because we'll talk about the NBA roster construction moving forward. So I'm in like a lot of sports specific group chats. And it's just like, so ball knowers is one, but then there's like a baseball chat that I'm in. I don't even remember how I got in it. But
Were you in some fantasy league a million years
yes,
ago?
and that's what it is. So it's like that fantasy league basically is a baseball league.
Yes.
And I'm still in this group text with all these people who
But you're
really
not in league anymore.
No, but they know baseball.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a bunch
So I
of
play fantasy baseball, so I feel like I have a really deep knowledge.
Right, good for you.
Of the NL.
I don't anymore. I stopped playing
Like-
fantasy baseball years ago. It just was too time consuming. And yeah, so they were like talking about Diaz, and they were like, "Oh man, the Dodgers do it again, man. The rich get richer," and it was a lot of that. And it's like, yeah, hasn't been as great, but he's still really good when he's right. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, here's what the Dodgers do is they have a culture and an infrastructure in place so that when they get guys like Diaz, who is kind of broken, I mean, he's been terrible this year,
right.
they can fix him. And they don't need him right away, and they don't have to throw him in right away. They can set him up out on backfield at Camelback for a little while.
Yeah.
They can work. They can have all their pitch guys.
Yeah.
You know, and they can
send him
work,
to OKC.
Yeah, send him OKC. They can work on him for 6 weeks before they ever bring him up.
Right.
And other places don't have that. They don't have, and the way the Dodgers do things too. Like I've heard from some baseball people, right?
Right.
They're not. It's not like they just have some old pitcher who like understands. Oh, you're opening your shoulder a little too much, or
Right.
it's like super high level analytics stuff.
Well, so I was watching one of those.
It's all data for them.
The Dodgers, whatever shows they have after the games, and they had one on Dustin May.
Okay.
And the entire Dustin May saga, like from the arm to the whole thing with the esophagus where he almost died, eating the salad or whatever. the girl, I don't know if it's girlfriend or wife, or maybe it's the wife, whatever. She's there telling the story about taking him to the hospital, and like he was like drenched in sweat. They were at some restaurant when it happened. So like, but to your point, when they got to like the nitty gritty about the pitching, you see all those people that you're referring to, this team of people working with him.
Yeah, and it feels like there's like I can't imagine what it must be like to be one of these guys, like somebody who works in the organization. And your only job might be to study one little thing with Dustin May that might help.
Right.
But they're paying a lot of people to do things just like that.
But that's why you win. You win a lot of games because the talent obviously matters, but it's how you support the talent.
Right.
There's no salary cap in that sport, period. But even in any sport, there's no salary cap on the support staff.
Yeah.
And that's where you can really help win.
I mean, I always feel that when I'm in Oklahoma City.
Yes. They're a perfect example of that.
They have so many people working there whose jobs are very
specific,
but also like, I don't even know what that is.
Right.
You know, like if I went on their website.
Sam Presti is super like diligent in every little detail.
In so many details. It's just like, and I it's like down to the last little inch. I mean, and almost to the point, like, there was one time I spent a lot of time with them over the years, like, understanding their culture and how they think and how they organize things. And it's almost a little stifling. It's almost, like, too much.
Yeah.
Because I'm a very, like, fly by the seat of my pants person.
Right.
I do my best work when I'm under
But
pressure.
by the way, it's the way you're talking about the way they care in the sense of, like, there's, to your point, like, every aspect is covered, but the players don't feel that way. They feel comfortable in that environment because it's very they acquiesce to them. And I don't say this in a way that seems like they're just like catering to their every single need, but what I'm like in a bad way, I'm saying in a positive way. Like anything those guys need from nutrition to training to whatever, like is covered in tenfold by multiple people. Mm-hmm. In Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Right. Like when you have these small market teams, we were talking about winning in the margins. This is them winning in the margins.
Every margin.
Yeah.
Every margin.
Every margin.
And why does that matter? Well, I think it matters when things get close.
Right.
I think it matters when you're in that series against Denver and there's a play here or there and there's a Aaron Wiggins play or a Lou Dort play or a Cason Wallace moment.
Isaiah Joe 3 or whatever.
Like there's just those little plays throughout the course of a season where like those margins matter.
I love the phrasing they use too. I mean, I'm a big Mark Daignault guy. Like I've
he's got so many good phrases.
Yeah. So the one that I use a lot.
Controllables?
Right.
You like controllables?
Neutral state of mind.
Oh, yeah.
Is one he likes to use.
One,
And it's very simple. It's basically whatever happened in the previous game, win or lose, it doesn't matter because it doesn't impact the next game.
That's right.
So you got to get back to a neutral state of mind so you can refocus on what the task actually is for the next game because the next game will be different than the previous game anyway.
Well, I want to you're giving me a story idea. We should do it. We should do like Oklahoma City-isms.
Yeah.
We should do those.
I like it.
I should ask like
win
Royce
the days
Young.
in between.
Yeah,
they like using that phrase. Win the days in between.
Is it similar to like heat culture, kind of?
It is less military-like, is what I would say. Because that's literally what I would refer to it. Like I think it's like you're going to military school there. Whereas this feels more like Harvard or Yale.
Oh, okay.
In Oklahoma City, like the way they treat
is,
things. Yeah. And look, I'm not saying that going to Navy or Army, is not a great education and you don't learn how to be great, like if you're a cadet or whatever, but it's just different, right? It's a different way to get to the same result.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like that's how it should be. People should have different approaches. But yeah, like the winning in the days in between, like Jalen Williams was the one who told me that one. And he said it's even as detailed as how we re-rack the balls after shoot-around. Like those kinds of details.
How do they re-rack the balls?
Well,
I
didn't have that much time with him, so I didn't want to ask him any specifics about the re-racking of the balls.
Yeah.
But I we were talking about just kind of how they win the days in between.
Yeah.
Right.
Before we go to break, I have to ask you guys. Obviously, you watched the game last night. I love how J.R. Smith, like, kind of photobomb, video bomb Jalen Brunson's interview, and he had his rings on, his Lakers and his Cavs championship rings on. I just want to say there was a good heartfelt moment for me.
That's funny.
Wow, you are so starved for
Next year's going to be 10
Cavs
years.
success.
Next year's going to be 10 years, Momo.
Oh my God, that makes me feel
Cleveland. I mean, listen, you had
This is for you.
a whole, multiple generations who hadn't seen one of them. So
I know.
mean, there is
I
that.
know.
But also, this was really particularly cruel because they teased
We don't need to
you.
get into it, Momo.
They teased you with a great
Stop it.
team that just
Were they great?
really-
They were great in the regular season.
Yeah, but they
A great regular
I mean,
season team, period.
They'll go down with all of the
Period.
great regular season teams
It's like
that
the
choked in the
2016
playoffs,
Warriors.
like the Hawks. Those Mike Budenholzer Hawks,
Right.
right? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, those Dallas
LeBron
Mavericks
dismantled, right.
Yeah, those Mavericks that lost in the first round to the Warriors,
Right. The We
18
Believe Warriors.
We Believe Warriors.
Yeah.
I mean, that was that. I think that's worse when you give your fans a belief.
Because a one
and a
seed,
hope.
if you lose in the second round,
Yeah.
it's not good. But it's like you can be like, well, what happened? Like,
Yeah.
But if you lose in the first round, nobody cares.
Yeah.
If you're a one seed,
Yeah.
everyone's like, bro,
Dude,
yeah, seriously,
it's pretty bad.
what happened?
Yeah.
Like, what do you guys? I mean,
Also, now that I'm
going on
watching
here?
these two teams play in the Eastern Conference, I'm like, what the heck?
yeah,
What was going on with the Cavs and the Celtics? I know they were hurt, but geez.
yeah.
I'm not
Well,
saying
the
they're bad,
Celtics
I'm
just
just-
missed shots. Eventually,
That's
that
pretty bad.
the math catches up, and the Porzingis thing.
Yeah, I know, but he wasn't with him most of last year.
Right,
He
but
missed
this
a lot
year-
of the playoffs last year.
But I think this year they needed him more.
I guess.
Yeah, Al's a year older.
Yeah.
So they needed him. They needed
Yeah.
Porzingis more.
Yeah.
Al Horford's no spring chicken.
I know, but he's sort of ageless.
He is, but it's still
he's a good one every 3 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was great against the Lakers in the regular season.
Yeah.
I mean,
that one
great
game.
in that one game where JJ was testing him and he just he stopped everybody in front of him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's weird. All right, let's do Tinder, and then let's get back to the whole like how hard this is going to be for the Lakers and everybody to try to build a team moving forward. Let's do some of that. So, radio Tinder.
You want to get deep into the
Deep
into the CBA.
You know what? Should we just save it till
second
5 because we're
apron?
going to go so deep?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go deep.
do you want to go into the third apron?
The third apron.
That should be a whole
Coming
segment.
soon to an NBA team near you.
We need to drop for that. Apron talk on 710.
Well, you know what we could do? We could do NBA and like cooking.
Oh, okay.
In the
There we
same
go.
segment.
Yeah.
Your kicker story is just like a food related thing. All right, Radio Tinder's next.
Mason and Ireland.
I'm a big card counter.
Are you really?
Yeah,
The problem is
this is a beautiful mind. I can keep track of everything.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, want to be a part of the first ever Cappy Blackjack tournament? It's happening Friday, June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino in Bell Gardens. RSVP now at espnla.com. Click the picture of Cappy and Cash and be there at our very first ever Cappy Blackjack tournament. Go to espnla.com right now to RSVP.
Pacific.
Hey guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at espnla.com.
Region once again. Come see what all the fun is about.
Next Gen, the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical team of SoCal sports fans, is telling you that summer is coming. So are you ready to beat the heat? Don't let your system throw you a curveball. The industry is experiencing equipment shortages and rising prices, which means now is the best time to replace. So don't get stuck in the heat. Next Gen's offering everyone a free whole home air cleaner with any new AC install. Enjoy cleaner air and total home comfort this summer, and you'll get peace of mind with Next Gen's lifetime warranty on selected units. Remove dust, allergens, and pollutants, and lock in the best pricing on your new AC install. They're open 7 days a week. Lifetime warranty safety options available, financing options available, and, of course, that 5-star service. Don't wait. Call 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN today and beat the heat. CSLB number 1011173. NEXTGEN, here for you now and for years to come.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3-NEXTGEN.
USC football is more than a game. It's tradition, pride, and unforgettable Saturdays in the Coliseum. Be there for every kickoff, every touchdown, and every unforgettable moment this season. Secure your football season tickets today and lock in the best seats, exclusive fan benefits, and memories that last a lifetime. Don't miss out. We need you in the stands. Visit USCTrojans.com or call 213-740-GO-SC.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
And it is Sedano and Kap, your Friday afternoon. Momo sitting in for Cappy Radio Tinder Time. We'd like to play a TV theme or a wrestling theme. This is the theme to Jake the Snake Roberts. He turned 70 years old today. Tell you, work here long enough, you know all about dealing with snakes, you know? I know, Lindsay. I'm sorry. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our new sponsor, the Crazy Hernandez Brothers. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR, FLOOR, or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher.
Take it away.
You guys look like you're having some serious
We
ball
were
combos.
ball knowing. Okay.
Yeah.
Ball knowers. Ramona officially added to the
did.
ball knowers text thread.
Yeah. I had to post that link about the whole Pat McAfee, John Mellencamp thing because Cap did a whole segment on that yesterday, and he even invited Justin Kaplan to weigh in on it since he's a big Pat McAfee fan.
Okay.
So go back and listen to that on the podcast because it was very funny.
Okay.
Also, John Mellencamp, get a life, man.
I don't really know the whole thing. And I felt like this was a link that I had to click on that might
what's
play
the
while I was on the
backstory?
air.
So Pat McAfee during, I think it was Game 4,
Was
right?
going at it with Ben Stiller?
Well, he said, I guess, at some point in Game 4, which was at the Pacers, it was a home game for the Pacers, their in-arena announcer came up to him in the fourth quarter and handed him the mic and was like, hey, rile this crowd up. And so he was like, I can actually play it really quick here if I can find it. Yeah.
Is it family friendly?
Yeah, I'll play.
right.
This is what he did in the middle of the game.
Indianapolis, Indiana. We got some big wigs from the big city in the building. Spike Lee is here. Ben Stiller is here. Timothy Chalamet is
Your boy,
here.
Momo.
Let's send these sons of bitches back to New York with their ears ringing. Let's turn this oh!
So then John Mellencamp posted something.
John Mellencamp, who's a big Pacers fan.
Right. He posted something on Twitter, and it was a graphic that basically said he didn't even know who Pat McAfee was, but he was like, to the person that called out the celebrities of the New York Knicks fans.
Oh my gosh.
We are embarrassed and we are nothing but hospitable here in Indiana, and basically went boomer, saying how dare you, Mr. I don't know who Pat McAfee is, right?
Oh wow.
And so
He's 73 years old, John Mellencamp.
Right.
Is he really?
Yeah. But all these people started posting.
He was born in a small town.
He was very small town.
Yes, he was.
He went after Pat McAfee, and so then you got the bros like Justin Kaplan that were like, "Come on, man! You can't do that." And so it was just very interesting because Cap was like, "Oh, this is going to be great for John Mellencamp because now he's going to have a career resurgence." And he thought
that's probably true.
He said that he thought people are going to go out and like listen to his music now, and I was like, "No, they're not."
You know what though? I do think like apparently the kids these days, they listen to all our '90s music.
Okay.
Like I got in a car with some teenagers and they were listening to Sublime.
Okay.
I'm like, what's going on? What?
I did not know that.
My nephew, who's 14, he collects records, and like his favorite records are like Purple Rain, Nirvana.
Yes, Nirvana had a big comeback right now.
Yeah,
so apparently, my mom told me this when I was young that everything goes
comes
in
back.
30-year cycles.
Oh yeah.
So right now, because we're in the 20s, it's back to the 90s. So anything that was popular back in the 90s, back in our era of high school, is now cool again.
I remember when I wore flares in like middle school, and my mom was like, "Oh, I used to wear those," and I was like, "What?"
So it says here that 90s music is experiencing a resurgence.
Yes.
With trends indicating strong return to the decade's musical style. This is especially true for certain subgenres like grunge and dance music.
There it is.
Yeah.
Is CNC Music Factory? Is that back?
Yeah, that's 90s.
Gonna make
Everybody
you yeah,
dance
that's a banger. All those songs are. Okay, so anyway, Radio Tinder time.
Yeah.
Patriots coach Mike Vrabel has addressed the viral video of Stephon Diggs partying on
with
yacht.
Cardi B.
Yeah. So over Memorial Day weekend, the wide receiver was filmed on a boat surrounded by women, including his new girlfriend, Cardi B. And I guess he was like handling a bag containing an unidentified substance.
Mm-hmm.
But on Wednesday, he didn't show up for OTAs, and so everyone started speculating that the video might have had something to do with that. Well, Vrabel told reporters today, quote, "The message is the same for all our players, that we're trying to make great decisions on and off the field. Any conversations that I've had with Stephon will remain between him and I and the club." So I want to know, is this any of the team's business? Swipe left or swipe right? Momo, you go first.
I think it's team's business, yeah.
I mean, if it's out there, it's the team's business.
Yeah, also, here's what I don't understand.
He's partying on a yacht with his girlfriend and some girls. Who cares?
Yeah, but why are we taking videos of it and posting it?
Because that's what people do.
Because that's not what you should do. I do a lot of
the
things.
NFL
that
hates that stuff more than anybody.
To me, I am older now and I have judgment, and I don't feel like I should post certain things all the time.
I agree.
Because it sends the wrong message, or you don't know how it's going to be received, or whatever it is.
You don't want drunk Momo out there.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm also very cognizant of when somebody might be recording me.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm at a restaurant, I like look around, I make sure no one's, so like to
especially
me,
when you're around other ball knowers.
Yeah, and when there are times when I'm having like very deep conversations with somebody in the league.
Yeah.
That I would not want recorded or disseminated in any way without the express written consent
of Momo.
Of Momo.
And Momo Enterprises.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like there are times that these are very off the record conversations.
So, what do you do? Because this is what I do especially when I'm in a foreign city. I go for like a walk in an area that I know doesn't, like it's an area where I can see all the angles.
Okay.
And I'm outdoors because see, hotel room, you never know who's staying in the hotel room.
Yeah, I know. I run into a lot of people.
Correct.
In the hotel room. I don't want to.
So
run into.
I do it outdoors. I scout usually, like a day before. I always like walking around the city, like when I'm there. So I scout for like an area where I know, like I can see all the angles and I can see people coming. I can just make a phone call.
Do you feel like people are out to get you though?
No, but you just never know.
Okay. I mean, I don't feel like you do anything that questionable.
I don't, but we all get calls from people that is super off the record. And it's like, I want to make sure that I'm not taking that call in the hotel room just in case you never know. Like there are hotels where we seriously stay where the team stay.
Yeah.
So it's like you definitely don't know who the hell's in the room next door. So I don't want to be like talking smack about like something and like all of a sudden somebody in the league knows because they're listening with a cup to the wall.
Yeah, I don't know. I do that. I take calls in the room all the time. I do a lot of stuff in the room. Like I've got to.
But you're not staying in a lot of team hotels like we do sometimes.
Yeah, not as much. I mean, I did that
on the
once.
broadcast. We do it a lot.
A lot.
Yeah,
and you see a lot of things.
Right.
I feel like the one thing I really don't like is when I go down to work out in the hotel gym and I see like colleagues.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, I don't know.
I'm all right with that.
I'm in like my tight shorts. I don't know.
I'm
with
not.
my hair up. And
I'm not.
stuff.
I'm not in my
know.
tight shorts.
So
I'm sweating and stuff.
But I may start wearing them.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you're not somebody who utilizes the wellness space over at LAPC like Happy wants to?
Yeah, I don't.
You don't utilize that?
No, but I do shower there. And it's weird. Sometimes
I've
I come out and
showered there recently.
Yeah. Because it's very convenient.
In fact, George, that day when you texted me to see if it was still like up and running and functional, I texted
I get
Momo
really
to ask
nervous
her.
if the door is locked. Like I'm like, is that door really locked?
Yeah.
Like I even to the point where like I put a bag in front of it just in case it didn't lock, and then somebody tried to open the door. I'd be like, someone's in there.
Yeah.
Someone's in there.
Yeah.
Because it's very scary because it's right where everyone's working.
Yeah, it's right by the bathrooms too.
Yeah.
So people use that.
So your original question was about Stephon Diggs, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the
Yeah,
Cardi
yeah,
B thing. I just am like,
Don't do it,
look,
bro.
You can do whatever you want with Cardi B on the yacht. You can have whatever those girls were doing or whatever the pink powder was. I just would make sure no one's filming it.
Right.
Be a little bit aware. If
Right.
my friends that I hang out with would not do that to me.
Yeah, and here's what I would say is that, the data says
Yeah.
that relationship is probably not going to last.
I don't know.
Forever?
I feel like they're
Is that
pretty
where you're
cute
going to go with
together.
it? The
So,
data?
Well, I would just say
I don't know that I would go.
I would
data
just
to
say because of
evaluate
that,
them.
if you're Stephon Diggs, you still want to work in the NFL, and you work in a league that's super uptight in a lot of ways to begin
Yeah.
with. It's probably best to not be on any of those videos.
Yeah, just your whoever's posting that is not your friend.
Reggie Bush, by the way, when he was dating Kim Kardashian, was very much not a huge part of their world because he wanted to be taken very seriously as a football player.
It's just not that hard. Like I go hang out with my friends all the time, and we're in compromising positions, and none of them take videos and post them on
Compromising positions.
Yeah, in ways that would maybe not look like super serious.
Although our boy Jared Greenberg won a planking contest with a bartender in
Oh, wow.
OKC.
See, but I
That's
think that
awesome.
adds to his legend.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
And his cowboy hat.
I'm a good planker too.
I will
You
say
went
that in the
3.5
studio.
minutes or something like that.
that's insane.
Yeah.
By the way,
My back really hurt after that. That was a long one.
speaking of
Yeah.
those funny, like when you're staying in the hotels and
Uh-huh.
stuff, I remember one time Wendy was on with ESPN Cleveland, but he was in a hotel out west, and he was like whispering like this because he was being so quiet because it was
It's
so
early.
early.
Right.
And then he goes, well, the people next door to me definitely weren't quiet last night. And
Oh,
the
my
noises
God.
that they were making, I would not be able to call you guys right now.
Yeah.
It was pretty
Well,
funny.
Wendy always ends up having to do like get up in those shows, and
Yeah.
it's
From
like
his hotel room.
right, yeah. It's
Ooh.
brutal. Yeah. You got anything else, or are we done?
That's it. Let's talk about Hernandez Flooring now.
Oh yes, my friends, the crazy Hernandez
I'm
brothers.
interested in this. Keep talking.
These guys, you
I
need
need to
flooring?
get a new floor.
Oh,
Yeah.
we got you.
I got to get a new floor.
The crazy Hernandez brothers. I mean,
had
look,
a pipe leak.
Rachel.
Yeah, they
Rachel.
hooked up Cappy
I
and
hooked them
Rach.
up with Cappy, and Cappy was like, "Look, she's the one that makes the decision,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
let's
yeah.
just talk to her." So yeah, if you need flooring for your home, your rental, your ADU, Crazy Hernandez brothers are going to take care of you. We'll hook you up, Mama. We'll get you
Outdoor
connected.
flooring
with them.
too, or indoor?
Anything you need.
I need some outdoor flooring too.
They got everything.
Okay, good.
They got the fake
Because I got
grass.
these rocks and I can't put a table down. It wiggles.
Steven, if you're listening, I'm going to connect you with Momo.
Okay, good.
You know what drives me crazy
Yeah.
though when you're shopping for flooring, because these big box national
Yeah,
retail
yeah.
stores, they tell you
I
they
don't go
give
to any
you
place like
yeah
that.
they tell you and give you a deal. It's really like some jacked up price that they
Yeah.
mark down like 10%. It's ridiculous. We're not stupid. But at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, legitimately family run. I told you about the crazy Hernandez brothers. Papi Hernandez started it in the 70s. Okay, you got mom there, you got the aunts, the uncles, the nephews, the nieces, the cousins. Everybody works there. I'm not even joking. Okay, they got 2 locations: Santa Ana and Commerce. Authentic old school TLC, actual wholesale pricing year round. No bogus sales, no gimmicks, just the best price from the start. And that's why I say it and I mean it. No sale beats wholesale. So whether it's hardwood, laminate, tile, vinyl, carpet, you name it, they got it. Over 5 million square feet of in-stock inventory. The 2 locations are literally the size of 5 football fields. They're humongous. So when you're there, you can see it, touch it, take it home with you on the same day. And that's huge, especially when you're trying to finish a project fast. And it's why designers, contractors, builders, they all shop here because they know the crazy Hernandez brothers are going to take care of you. And check this out. First responders, active military, veterans, all receive additional discounts on top of their already low prices. And if you find a better price, Hernandez will match it, no questions asked. So head down to Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR. Tell them you want to talk to the crazy Hernandez brothers. No games, no gimmicks, just the best price in town year-round because no sale beats wholesale. So check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. That's HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. Or you can call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
This is Do or Die.
Hey guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, Very limited seats, so lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
Back. Live DJs, drink specials, and lazy river pool fun at SoCal's best nighttime pool party.
Morongo, good times.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Inheriting a home can be overwhelming, but Seller's Advantage makes it easy. One customer shared, and I quote, "Inheriting a home felt like too much work. Seller's Advantage gave us a reasonable offer, handled everything, and closed in 3 weeks. I highly recommend them." End quote. Skip repairs and headaches. Call Seller's Advantage at 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
And it is Sedano and Kap. Your Friday afternoon, Momo sitting in for Cappy. On this day back in 2008, the film version of HBO's comedy series Sex and the City was released. And on this day in 2003, Finding Nemo premiered in theaters. Meanwhile, back on this day in 1980, the #1 hit, Lip Sync, Funky Town. Sedano and Kap continues. Your Friday afternoon right now.
All right, Momo's in the house. Oh, it's a great song. Talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. Beep, 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 beep. I'm trying to remember. There was a cartoon, like an adult cartoon, that this became like super popular again on. God, what was it? I have to look it up. But anyway, great song. It is, what year? Let me see. Yeah, Funky Town, 1980, #1 today.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a good jam.
I wasn't even thought of yet.
I was 2. So.
2-year-old George Sedano.
I was 1-ish.
Dancing to Funky Town.
I was 2 and change at that point. I want to take you to Funky Town.
It is a banger.
It is a banger,
What's
dude.
interesting is it kind of really changes. Like the first part of the song is very different than right now.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Right. This is more like guitarish here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we just went to Funky Town.
Right. And then when you go to and then some violins here.
Do.
Right.
Yeah, that's
some
so
strings.
eclectic.
Some more strings. And then you get back into the electronic part a little later. The
yeah. It's all over the place. It's well produced.
It is incredibly
Imagine
well
being
produced.
at like Studio 54 when that song came on. How
Right.
would you dance to it, you know?
Well, I mean, however your body reacted to
Yeah, I
whatever
guess
you
so.
had
Runs
ingested
high,
at that
so.
particular
I think
point.
I've now gotten to the place where I officially know how and when to determine whether somebody's old. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's say you're out and somebody asks you this question, like, imagine being at Studio 54 for this.
Right.
Is your first reaction like, oh man, I don't want to go to 54?
Yeah.
It's like late, it's loud, it's really
No,
crowded.
I mean, listen.
I feel like uncomfortable. I'd rather just stay in.
If you would have told me like 20-somethings me would have totally been
Yeah,
there.
me too.
Right.
But we've jumped the shark.
But not 40-somethings me.
No.
No,
I'm like,
I just told Michael and...
do I have to wait in line?
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
Is it going to be like
What are we
sweaty
doing?
in there?
Yeah. No. Yeah. But 20-something me, I would have been all in. For sure.
I would either way just because I'd want to experience it.
Yeah.
I think I would go once.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't stay long.
I
I'd be
don't
like Mace. I'd be like out at halftime.
I used to, let me tell you, even well into my 30s.
Yeah.
I was
Me
still
too.
good going to like a Vegas club if I
I
was
had
there.
some FOMO.
Right.
Like, if something would be going on, I'd want to go.
But post 40, it's like,
Oh, man.
nah.
No, dude, I'm out on the road, and we were in Oklahoma City, and they had a couple big wins.
Yeah.
And I'd hear the club across the street from that Renaissance that we all stay at. And I'd hear that club going. I'm like, keep it down. I'm trying to sleep.
Dude, I had a neighbor when I lived downtown. First of all, I could hear when there were concerts.
Yeah.
I lived on like the 27th floor, and I could hear like the windows like somewhat shaking and the vibrations from the concerts. And then I had a neighbor that lived above me that would play like electronic, like EDM music so late. And I'd take the broom and I'd like hit the ceiling with it, like, keep it down up there. It was so annoying.
So annoying. I mean, I'm sure you're having fun, but this is
this is a place where people need to sleep.
Go away.
By the way, Tennessee crushing Florida in this game. It's 9-0 in the second inning.
Every time I look up, there's another home run.
Yeah, not good. So anyhow,
that's what I said. It's a home run game now.
It is. You were right.
Every single game is like people are just hitting 3-run homers.
Yeah,
like it's not even out of play. It's almost like in basketball. It's a 20-point lead. It's not over.
No.
Somebody's going to go on a run.
Well, there have been 6 20-point leads erased just in this postseason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I heard PJ Carlesimo when I was listening to you, and he told you to go over and listen to the Thunder Huddle. And PJ was like, oh, Minnesota's doing a really good job of just trying to get it back under 20. I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's the new NBA.
Right.
By the way, when we
they never could. By the way,
they did not.
Yeah, we were doing our lead up to the game.
Yeah.
And we were on the YouTube only portion, and it was funny because I was like, I was monitoring it in queue because I wanted to be able to like pot it up live so we could hear George do his sideline hit. And it's funny because they threw it to you from the studio. He goes, George Sedano with PJ and who else was with you?
Mark Kestisher.
And Mark Kestisher. So he started with your name. I was like, oh, Chris.
No, they always start with the sideline.
That's what
guy.
Kat told us after the fact.
Right, and then they work their way to
Kesty
Kesty because Kesty's the first voice you'll hear.
Yes.
But it's very weird.
And he was like,
it is weird.
He was like top billing. That's what Cappy said. And so we had to like stall while we were waiting for them to go to you.
Right, because I told you when it was going to be. It was going to be when they did the starting lineup.
I did that job for a little while, and I had the same thing, and people were like, with Ramona Shelburne. And then I was like, really? Because
that's the
I'm
way they
probably going to
format it.
say like 3 things the whole broadcast.
But I like that. And even Cap was like, that's impressive.
That job, no offense, George, but that job is literally just to be a professional eavesdropper.
It's all it is.
Like
it's called.
That's perfect for you.
It's called. It's just eyes and ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just there for the eyes and ears. You're an eavesdropper, and you're relaying the information.
Right. And
you know what I started doing was I would text our people that were there.
Yeah.
So like in that series, I had a group text of McMiniman, McMahon, and Windhorst.
Oh, good.
And I would just text them when I thought I heard something that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I felt like the entire time there was this who was it? Who was the great lip reader? Oh, my mind is not working. The girl on Spectrum now. She hosts on Spectrum. She came from Cleveland.
Allie Clifton.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, blank spot there.
Yeah.
She's an amazing lip reader.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty decent.
Yeah, and she would get in the huddles, and Doris Burke and I would like stand there, and we'd be like, "What did he say?" She's like, "Well," and I was like, "Wow,
yeah,
hope you're right."
Some arenas
sounded pretty good.
Some arenas are easier than others to also do that.
Yeah,
because you can get closer to the huddles in some arenas. Yeah. Like in OKC, it's easier to be closer to the road team.
Yes.
Than the home team, That's way right. that it's configured. There's it's just a weird setup. Like basically
what was your seat? Did they give you that?
Yeah, I was next to Lisa.
They gave you that seat?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do you know how much money? No, the seats that you guys saw me the entire series, right? When you were watching the Denver OKC. Because every time I was in OKC, they would give us, me and McMahon, like that seat at the scores table.
Those were me and Lisa now.
And it was unbelievable having that seat because I was like, wow, I understand
you can see and hear everything.
So much better.
Yeah, you can see and hear everything.
I also felt very visible. Like I was like, oh, don't be on your phone too much. Don't be on your phone too much.
Right, because people are watching.
People see you. And they don't want to be looking down at your phone the whole time. But I'm also like looking at stats. I'm on Twitter or whatever. You know,
you're doing your job.
I'm doing my,
ish.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes we're answering texts. The mom text or something too. But like, I'm usually aware, so like, don't look too weird. And I didn't bring my computer out because I didn't want to be on my computer the whole time. I'm like, don't look stupid, Ramona, when you're on camera.
Don't pick your nose.
Yeah, I know. Like, if you get caught in a nose pick on national TV, like that's
over.
That's
definitely
you.
not do that. Yeah.
That's who you are now.
You're the nose picker.
Yeah. We kept trying to get George
Ramona, the
to
nose picker, Shelburne.
We kept trying to see him because when they were doing all the pregame hits, there was like 50 people doing like sideline like stand-ups, and when they were doing warm-ups and everything, and we're like, George, where are you? And then we hear him, who are you yelling for again?
Oh, Udonis
Haslam. Oh, he's like, hey, Udonis. It was very funny.
Yeah,
but we couldn't see him.
Like,
my best one was the year I was pregnant with Daniel. I had that sideline gig in Cleveland, and that place is not easy to get around.
No, it's hard.
And so I was like 6 months pregnant, like waddling back and forth on these sidelines all the time. And I would just kind of get close, and then I just couldn't even pretend anymore. I was like, I can't lean in there. My belly's going to knock someone over. So I would just turn to Phil Handy and be like, what'd he say? I can't hear anything.
I remember Rachel Nichols pregnant with twins.
Oh my God!
In like the 2011
Yeah.
Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That can't be.
No,
fun.
my favorite pregnant on the road story was that year. It ended up being a sweep in the finals.
With you,
Remember?
Yeah.
And the night before, Kesty, who apparently
the J.R. Smith series.
Yeah, the J.R. Smith series.
Yeah.
Well, no, the one they lost. The one it was a sweep. 2018. The last year LeBron was there, and then he came
that J.R. Smith.
Okay,
Yeah.
So
they didn't know the time on the clock.
Oh, right, that one,
Yeah.
So it was like game 4. Remember, 3 and 4 were in Cleveland, and we, you could tell it was going to be a sweep. It wasn't a good series.
Right.
And Kesty goes, "You want to go out to the casino tonight?"
Yeah.
And I was like, sure, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like really pregnant right now. Like, I'm going to look like quite the sight. So and he's like, "Do you know how to play craps?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "I'll teach you."
Yeah.
So Kesty taught me to play craps, and apparently I was like I had
You're
the
a
hot
good
hand,
thrower.
I was a
Nice.
good shooter,
Yeah.
and but I couldn't really reach the
So
table.
you had to go sideways?
I had to go sideways with a pregnant belly, and I'm like, I look like such a degenerate right now.
That's great, though.
That was great.
That's funny.
Kesty won a lot of money off my
He's
shooting.
a good gambler.
Yeah, he was very
I've
good.
been around him at Summer League before.
Yeah, he seems like a regular old
He's
guy.
like the sweetest man ever.
Yeah.
But he's a good gambler.
Very good.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
He's got the life, George.
He does have a good life.
Like, if I could forecast your future in like 10 years, you'd have he'd have like,
Kesty?
that career. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Kesty's
Lead
got a good
broadcaster
gig.
for everything. Go play golf on the weekends.
He does a lot of golf.
I mean, all the off days.
Yeah.
He
There's
does
a lot
all
of-
the sports too.
Yeah. Yeah, he does them. The ones he does the least is baseball. But yeah, he does college
Amazing.
football. He does the
He's
NBA.
the voice of ESPN.
Yeah, he is the voice of ESPN radio in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, coming up next, it's ball talk, apron talk. The third apron and maybe even a fourth apron coming to a theater near you. That's next. They might be.
The road to glory runs through Los Angeles, and ESPN LA is teaming up with Michelob Ultra for an epic FIFA Club World Cup watch party you won't want to miss. Join us this Saturday at Tom's Watch Bar in LA Live as two powerhouse clubs face off for a shot at the world stage. This Saturday, kickoff at 7:30 p.m. Be sure to get there early so you can get your spot. Catch every second on dozens of screens, enjoy giveaways, and sip on ice-cold Ultras. Thanks to Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. And, of course, 710 ESPN. We'll see you this Saturday at Tom's Watch Bar at LA Live.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Hey guys, you feel it? Days are getting longer, sun is getting warmer. Looks like our SoCal summer is right around the corner. Here in California, we are all about choosing chill. From hitting the beach to the best hiking trails to going all out to support our teams. One thing really all ties it together, and that's enjoying it all with good friends and a cold Coors Light. Pick up Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Did you know that Children's Hospital Los Angeles is changing the game in pediatric heart care? They've invented a cardiac stent that grows with the child, dramatically reducing the need for repeated surgeries. Imagine fewer hospital stays, less pain, and more time for kids to just be kids. Their heart transplant success rates are among the best in the country. When it comes to pioneering heart care that puts children first, CHLA isn't just leading, they're revolutionizing the field.
The word is out. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton's Memorial Day savings have been extended, but not for long. Take advantage of 0% financing for 72 months on a new 2025 Subaru Solterra or a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek with 3.9% financing for 48 months. Plus, you'll get a complimentary gift when you purchase a new vehicle. For complete details, visit oceansubaruoc.com. With
Approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance. Not all buyers or vehicles will qualify. Plus tax, tag, title, and dock fee. Zero security deposit. Choice of gift down to their discretion and must not exceed $500. See dealer for complete details. Expires 5/31/2025.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station. This is the city, Los Angeles, California. It's 5 p.m. in the Southland. Turn it up, man. Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Cappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Cap. And it's time for 30 minutes non-stop.
Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing, thanks to our friends at Real Father's Rights. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorney.
Visit rfr710.com or call 833-ESPN-710.
Let's do it, 5 o'clock in the Southland.
30 minutes of non-stop Sedano and Cap starts now.
You ready for this? And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack!
E-ba-da-bop. Boom, ba-da-bop. Do-da-da-da. Boom, ba-da-bop. Boom, boom. All right. Momo's in the house.
What if we got some like electronic in that? What if somebody sampled this and made it a little more
Like
EDM?
the Eminence front EDM style?
Yeah.
Like the remix.
Trudell does like a different. Everybody does like their own little different thing to it. Like Trudell does kind of like almost like an operatic thing
Humming.
to it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he ends up like he starts low and gets to like a a falsetto. You know.
I could see him with the falsetto.
Yeah, he's got a.
He would have been a good boy band guy.
He's got a deep range. I mean,
Like,
his
clearly
voice
he's
is
got some
naturally
moves.
very deep.
Yes.
You know, and he can
But
get.
he's got that like boy band look.
Oh, no doubt.
Like clean cut.
Yeah.
Can pull it off
Yeah,
all the
Boy
way. to
Next
his-
Door.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
no doubt.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah. Betcha.
Hey. So, by the way, it's funny when you're there and people actually talk like that.
They
You're
really
like,
do.
I thought that was like not a real
No,
thing.
yeah,
I think
it
it's
is
just
a real
really an
thing, yeah.
exaggerated thing, but it is a real thing.
It's kind of Canadian sounding, right?
Similar.
Yeah. Because I feel like Chris Jericho has that in
It's
him.
in the same ballpark.
I mean, they are very close to each other.
They are. Yeah. There you go.
I do a good Fargo.
Yeah.
Or Minnesota.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as good as your Valley girl, though.
Well, I mean, I'm from.
You grew up there.
Like
but
I'm
yeah.
from the Valley.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. So but yes, we could do that. And then Kirk Morrison does like he throws in a little like soul into his when he does his beat bada boom.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to find your lane, Momo, on the Eminence front. What you want to contribute to it. It's okay. It doesn't.
I
No
know,
pressure.
I'm not going to force it. It's
No
gonna
pressure.
Come when
It's just
gonna.
gonna. It's gonna happen. It's
Yeah,
gonna
like
naturally
one day
happen.
I'm just going to start beatboxing.
Yeah. There it is.
You know.
No one's done that yet.
That.
No.
No,
I don't know
not
how to
you.
do it.
Not you.
No.
All right, let's talk about this. So we were talking earlier about roster constructions and things like that, because it came up briefly when we were talking about JJ talking to Les Snead. Like I'm sure that part of that conversation had at least something to do with that. It's going to be really hard to build a roster moving forward, and it's funny because I know Mike Wilbon took offense to this question. I guess he was asked on one of our platforms about OKC being the team of, the destiny and the future and blah, blah, blah. But here's what I would say. Nothing is a given. We all know that.
I know. I have a quote that I said 2 years ago that I think the Nuggets are poised to repeat, and they're poised to win for the next 5 or 6 years.
And then things change.
Yeah, they lost in the second round.
Right.
Yeah.
So
aged well.
what I would say is Oklahoma City is very well positioned because of the stuff we've talked about. And they've got a treasure trove of assets. They've got basically guys ready to replace guys that are already on the roster. Like, if you told me they let Lou Dort walk and Kaysen Wallace becomes the new Lou Dort, I'm like, yeah, I see it. No problem. Like, that guy's going to be an all-defensive player at some point in the NBA. So, like, they are well-positioned, but you never know what happens. Injuries happen. I mean, Chet Holmgren, by the way, has only played literally a year and a half of basketball in the 3 years that he's been in the league. So things can change, but they
got to win this year first.
Correct. So they're very well-positioned, but things will be challenging for everyone. And it's why, so when Wilbon took this position about are they the team of the future and the now and whatever, he wanted to say what you just said, Momo.
You got to have a championship, and maybe you have to have two. I mean, I look back on teams that I go back to conversations I was fortunate enough to have with Kobe Bryant about getting over the hump. And remember, early in his career, he and Shaq, they had some rough times. You had to finish. Were they great already? Yeah. But greatness as a team is validated only by winning a championship. I remember the Bulls of Jordan and Pippen and Horace Grant before Robin got there. They had to win that second one. And then it was like, they're now going to take off and you can't beat them. That is the case, I think. OKC's got to win this one, and let's see where they go with health. You can have, Jay Will, we talked about this on Get Up this morning. You can have one contract dispute blow up your team.
Boom.
Sure could.
In a heartbeat.
Or an injury.
Or an injury. Yes, Monica. So either one of those things. So you got to finish this off, and then let's see how they run. Oh, my goodness, the Portland Trailblazers, they went like 50-4 one year, and Bill Walton got hurt, and it was never the same, the history of the franchise. So before we start talking about all-time great, you got to win at least one.
No, look, so he's certainly right about that. But what I would say is it's going to be very challenging moving forward. They're best positioned, I think, to potentially be one of these teams that wins one, maybe more than one, is what I would say. But it's going to be hard. This second apron, Momo, I don't know if fans truly understand this. It's a hard cap.
Oh, to me, the second apron is the Luka trade was the first, but it will not be the last.
Right.
The big contracts that are going to be shed, okay, are guys exactly like Luka Doncic who are in line for that super duper max, right? The $300 million max.
Right. $70 million a year kind of thing.
Just so much money to pay to one guy.
Yeah.
There's, we always say guys like LeBron are underpaid. And I believe that in terms of how important they are to your franchise, how much they do for your franchise, and how much money they bring in, the box office, et cetera. But this CBA corrects that. It gives them the opportunity to make closer to what their real market value is. But in doing so, it makes it almost impossible to build a team around them. Like, you just have no flexibility.
Once you've got so this is how it works. When you have the super max or whatever, that person accounts for one of them accounts for 35% of your salary cap.
And it's always been that, but like, just think about
the numbers are so big now that even these billionaires are hesitant about it.
Yeah, like I think as much as the rollout of that Luka trade was it's because he was out of shape and they didn't believe in him and they didn't think he would age well. I think if we did a blame pie or a reason pie or whatever it is, I think 90% of it was because of how much money they were about to have to pay him.
Of course.
Like the 10%, okay, sure, we're not sure if he's the guy. And
Right.
No,
but
90% was because
the
he
money.
was due $350 million.
Right. And my guess is, because you've heard all the stuff that we've talked about before, which is that wasn't like a singular conversation. Like, that was for years people talking about some of those issues with him.
And I don't think that was Nico Harrison.
Or not only
I
him.
think that was Patrick Dumont and the new ownership group. I think
they were like, wait, if you guys aren't sure his body's going to hold up, why are we going to pay him?
We'll pay him if you think he's really
going to hold up.
Right.
Right.
But if you have any
doubts.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that's like, this isn't, and a lot of times, like, let's think about the Celtics now. They've done that max with two people now.
Right.
Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
And most people think that one of them, well, not Tatum, but there's a lot of chatter about Jaylen Brown could be gone.
Because it's hard to keep two guys making $300 million and field the whole team with all the extra pieces that you need to win a championship.
Yeah.
It's just really hard to do that. And so I think, whether it's this year, next year, 2 years from now, whatever it is, like, the Celtics are going to have to be broken up because you just can't pay that much money.
Even though the second apron is not by definition a hard cap, it's being treated like a hard cap. Right. I mean, look what Phoenix did going over it. It was a complete nightmare and disaster.
And it's really hard to get out of it.
Right. Right.
And I just think, like,
it's like quicksand.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like we're all talking about Giannis right now. What's going to go on with Giannis? Well, I think with Giannis, it's the teams in the East if he truly wants to just win and go to the best situation for him to win, he should probably go to an Eastern Conference team. But the teams that are most well positioned to do that, Boston, New York, like those kind of teams, they're way too encumbered by the second apron or the salary cap. And I think it's going to be really hard for them to make the kind of trades that they need to make in order to get a guy like Giannis. It's just, it's really, now a team that could do it, Orlando can do it. Orlando could make
Correct.
that kind of a trade because they have younger talent,
Right.
And they haven't paid everybody yet,
Right.
Teams that are positioned to win, that have guys on decent contracts or contracts that haven't hit that giant max yet, and it's not just that they make so much money. It's the third contract with your team, the one Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is about to sign.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one you only get that if you're with your original team,
Right.
Right, or the
one Luka was going to get.
The one Luka was going to get.
Right.
When the one he signs with the Lakers
Is not going to be that.
is not that.
That's why there's all this, and this is just a lot of inside baseball. But if he signs a shorter term deal, then once you get to a 10th year in the league, you can sign the equivalent to what that one was. You just get it several years later.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it.
And by the way, you're eligible for it. It's not that everybody gets it.
And I think
obviously.
we're going to see a lot more teams play things like the Warriors have.
Yeah.
They don't pay anyone except Steph.
Right.
Before they have to.
Right.
And it
Right, because even
engendered
Draymond, $25 million or whatever, is not. It's not 70.
Yeah, and what's going to happen is though, as veterans are going to have to make choices. Like I'm sorry, Lindsay, we keep bagging on your Cavs, but there's a lot of guys on that team that make a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't win,
You got to dismantle that and
It's
find other pieces that work.
better, cheaper.
Yeah.
And you just can't keep paying a bunch of guys $20 to $30 million.
Well, and the draft, which I mentioned earlier,
Oh, gosh.
is never been more important. This is basically similar to the NFL now.
it is.
Where you can't keep everyone.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to replace that person. And the draft might be the place where you can do it most efficiently and most economically.
So the difference between football and basketball, which I think will probably change, is in football, you have a guy who just makes too much money, he's killing your cap, and you cut him, you waive him.
Right.
Or you trade him for like absolutely nothing.
Right.
Somebody who's like, they just trade for that contract. They don't have to match the dollars.
The Jalen Ramsey's been linked to the Rams again.
Yeah.
Because the Dolphins are in a different spot and they want to kind of reset a little bit, and they're like, he's not what we need right now.
Yeah.
Right.
And people who make that much, like they have guaranteed money.
Right.
You're able to get. You have dead money that's on your cap, but you don't have to pay out the whole 5 years. The NBA has guaranteed contracts.
Right, which is way different.
And so the players are going to have to decide what they want to fight for.
Right.
And I think like you're going to see a ton of offseason movement. Like guys like
Shams mentioned that recently. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just there's just a lot of guys that fit into this category of they should be max guys, but the number that is a max right now is really different than it used to be. And
Right.
also they haven't won.
Well, here's the thing. If we're being honest, okay, if we put our honest hats on, okay, there's probably 7 to 10 guys maybe that are real, legit, game-changing franchise max players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
In a
agree with
given
that.
year, that's about the number. Anywhere between 7 and 10.
Yeah.
So, I think the owners have come to realize that because this CBA was definitely putting the owners in a position to, I guess, basically keep them from themselves, right? So they don't screw themselves over, right?
But if somebody's eligible for a max and you don't give it to them, you ruin your relationship with them.
I get it, but there's going to be hard decisions that need to be made, to your point, and there's going to be a lot of them, and they're going to happen over the next several years in a way that's going to reset the league.
Yep.
And I think that when it resets the league, I think it'll be bad for the players in the sense of the top. There won't be as many guys earning that max, super max salary, but I think that it'll be good for the fans, and here's why.
Yeah.
Talent will be spread out more, which means fans in other cities feel like their teams are going to be in it. I believe when this CBA...
Do you think that's good for the league?
I do.
I'm not sure it is.
I think it is. I think the NFL model works better for them, and we saw it in this postseason already. In the second round, the first 2 rounds did amazing numbers, okay?
Because you had the Lakers and the Warriors still in it.
I get it, but even
and the Knicks.
But I did a game with OKC in Denver where it peaked at 9 million people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's OKC in Denver.
Yeah.
You know? So, and the average was 7. So, I what I'm telling you is, if fans feel like their teams are in it and have a shot, then I think you're going to get more broad appeal than you did previously. I also think there's other stuff that can help the league that we can get into in a second. But I do think ultimately if the playing field is more level, I think it helps. I think we're going to see by the end of this CBA less and less teams in the 60-win category.
Yeah, I do
I
too.
think we're going to see teams in the low 50s and high 40s. More teams, kind of like the NFL. You have a lot of teams 9-7, 8-8, 10-6. Well, now there's 17 games, but you got my point.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're going to see a lot more teams bunched together in the NBA during the regular season.
And I will say this with Oklahoma City. They have an incredible developmental program. They find these guys in the draft, and they're lottery picks, but they're not all like top 5 picks or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like Cason Wallace, was he was a lottery pick?
He was a late lottery pick, if I recall
But he's a
correctly.
perfect fit because he doesn't have to be a star. He can just be a defensive stopper on that team.
Right.
And then he can grow, and then he can develop a 3-point shot. And
Which he's done a decent job of already.
And he's sort of lined up as a replacement for Lou Dort one day.
And he can pack it on you, too. He's athletic. He jammed it on Jokic in that series.
Cason Wallace is like, I'm studying Dort. I mean, it's literally, and if I was an NBA GM, all I would do is follow Sam Presti around and wait for the guys that they don't have room for to be available. Because they have too many draft picks. They can't
get all those players.
They can't keep all those players on the roster.
Yeah.
They're going to have to shed guys. Do you know who they shed this year? Trey Mann.
Right.
Really good player. Went to Charlotte.
Solid player.
Really solid player.
The guy that went to Atlanta, Krejci.
Yes.
Yeah.
That guy shot 39 or 40, maybe even 40% from 3.
Right.
Like, he was just a guy that
Good player.
They didn't have room for.
Right. Good
so
player.
If you're the Lakers, if you're a team that's like Phoenix, the Lakers, way up against the second apron, you don't have the ability, you don't have a lot of picks, I would just stand next to the Thunder and get their discards. The guys that they don't have room for.
And that'll work.
Those guys are great.
They're very good players. Hey,
Kendrick Williams.
Yeah.
What about the guy from Oregon, the center they have?
God, what's his name?
I know.
He's on their G League team. I know you're talking about.
They just got guys.
Yeah.
They're so good, but they don't have room for them.
Yeah. You're talking about Hartenstein.
No.
Oh, no,
There's
you're talking about
another
the
guy.
kid in the G League team.
Yes.
With the longer hair.
Yes.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
They just have so many guys that are all good.
Yeah.
Carlson, maybe? Is that right?
Carlson.
There it
Yes,
is.
that's
There
his
it
name.
is.
Yes.
Every once in a while.
Ding. Yeah.
Ding.
Yeah.
The brain works sometimes. Funciona. I'm drinking a Celsius.
Let's keep this going, but let me tell people real quick about my home away from home, LAX, where the People Mover trains, they begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's going to be so much
Ready
more.
for it.
It's ready. Like, I've seen the prototype. How about that?
Ready for it.
Yeah.
Where's that Beyonce song? We need to integrate that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'll transform your travel journey. They're trying to help you out. And I'm telling you, man, the People Mover train, it's going to move guests quickly between all the terminals, the new consolidated rental car center when people come to visit you, metro trains and buses. So if you're local, you don't need a car to get to LAX. But if you do want to bring your car, it also connects the economy parking and the Kiss and Fly lot. All right. Cappy's favorite, the Kiss and Fly lot. And it does all that in 10 minutes or less. Okay. The trains make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination, and they'll depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. So less than a year away. For more information, go to this website, lawa.org/ESPN. That's lawa.org/ESPN. All right, so I think that when it comes to the Lakers, they're already in a somewhat precarious situation, right? Because they have limited assets. They're competing in a Western Conference with a team like Oklahoma City that we've referred to numerous times here today. San Antonio has a nice asset chest. Houston clearly has a nice asset chest. And Houston is already a team to be reckoned with.
It's crazy to me they lost in the first round, considering how good they are.
Yeah, but they went,
It's just a bad match.
Right, yeah. And then Wemby's there. And they're going to make – I feel like people don't realize that the Spurs are looking at this – and Wemby particularly is looking at this from what I understand. Like, he wants to win now.
Yeah.
He's not trying to wait around to develop a team. Like, they're going to make a move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they did the De'Aaron Fox trade, and that, to me, was an incredible trade for them because they really didn't give up much to get him.
No.
Those are the kind of, I mean, this is a Dodgers term, but it's a needle moving trade.
Yeah.
Where they didn't give up much, and that's this inefficiency. They should have had to trade a lot more.
Right.
That's why everybody hated the Lakers trade for Luka, because they didn't have to give up enough.
Right.
They were left with too many assets. That should have been their move.
Right.
They should have had to give up more to get a player as good as De'Aaron Fox and as young as De'Aaron Fox. But Sacramento.
They do it to you, man. I mean,
and then the Bulls finishing third in a three-team trade. I mean, all they wanted was their pick back.
Yeah.
And so, they didn't have to give up Stephon Castle. They didn't have to give up any of their really good young players. They just they just kind of did a salary cap.
I
deal
don't
and
get
gave
the
back their
Sacramento thing ever, really.
Yeah, and I mean, look, Zach LaVine's a good player. I mean, I think that he'll help them win some regular season games. He'll help them be a respectable team instead of a terrible team.
Right.
And I think that's what they're going for is respectable.
Right.
But the fact when you have a trade like that that's lopsided, that and it's a really good team that's building, that's when you end up because now they have all these assets. If they want to trade for Giannis, they could even go get Kevin Durant if they want.
Right.
If that's what they feel like they need, which I think he would be a good addition for them.
Yeah.
They could go get Durant.
Yeah.
They could go get. They could decide to roll the dice on Zion. They could try to get Jaren Jackson Jr.
Right.
Pair with, I mean, oh my God.
Right, his dad played there. Right,
Yeah.
there's already like all sorts of stuff there, and I think you clearly need. And we were talking about this during the playoffs with Lindsay because the Cavs have Evan Mobley, who I think is an incredible, dynamic young player at his position. He's an elite level player and only will get better, I think. And when he becomes the best player for sure, then they will be championship worthy, I think. Until that happens, offensively, really.
Yeah, offensively.
Because he's there defensively. But you need two dynamic bigs. And, they had a good – Jared Allen's solid in the regular season. He's a
soft.
good roller.
Woo!
Yeah, she hates
There
him
it
now.
is. There it is.
No,
rebounder.
I've always felt that way. Going back 2 years, but anyway.
Good locker room guy. And he does his job. He sets screens, he rolls, he finishes at the rim. And they got the more dynamic one in Mobley. But you need two.
Yeah.
You need two ideally, you want them both to be dynamic, but at the very least you want one that's dynamic and one that is more traditional in the year 2025, right? Like, just do the rebounding, the rim deterrent stuff and set screens, etc. How do the Lakers get there?
They need
Clint Capella or something like that?
No, I think he's old.
Yeah,
I think
he's kind of
past
like
his prime.
not.
No,
yeah.
they need. To me, what the Lakers need is a Derek Lively type. They need a young guy who gives them some verticality. Whether that was going to be Mark Williams, they obviously targeted that.
Right.
But I think there's a lot
He
of young
also
guys
targeted them on social media when they.
I know.
When they got eliminated.
I think they did the right thing there.
I agree.
I mean, the injury history.
I get the sense, Cappy has espoused this.
By the way, look at this Florida game.
It's
home
back.
runs. Home runs.
Yeah, more home runs.
It's 10-4 now.
Oh,
or 10-3.
wow.
2 back-to-back home runs by Florida.
Look at that.
This softball is out of control. Crazy right now.
I love it.
Okay.
It's why it's become such a great TV sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
another homer.
Cappy believes that Rob got cold feet, realized, this is a bad deal, and that's what he believes.
I think they got him out here. They looked under the hood and did all the exams, and the doctors went, I don't know. I think you're gonna have to pay that guy. He's due for an extension.
Right.
I don't think they worried about it. Wasn't what they were giving up. I really think it's about if this is going to be your guy for the next 5 years, you better make sure he's on the court.
Right.
And if you see something in the medical, whether it's the back or the foot or whatever it is, that is concerning to you about the long-term health of a player, you can't do that.
Well, no, I agree.
Because it's not what you get. I mean, look, Dalton Connect's a good player, but that's not what they were worried about. I think it was all about the extension they would have to sign him to.
Okay. See, Cappy, you're wrong.
Can I ask a non-ball knower question?
A non-ball knower question.
So as a non-ball knower, actual ball knowers. So when you say that the new, the second apron basically creates a hard cap, you've got the Cavs, for example, where Evan Mobley winning Defensive Player of the Year, and now that bonus is
now he's got an extra $1 million on his salary.
So now they're going to be at the second apron.
Yeah.
But Dan Gilbert, the owner of the Cavs, has said I'll spend the luxury tax.
Right, but it's not about the spending. It's about
that's
how
what I was going to ask.
Limiting it is.
What limitations are there?
You can't use your mid-level exemption. You can't buy out guys. You can't aggregate salaries in a trade, which means you can't. If you're trading, it's got to be one for one.
Right.
Yeah. And that's. I mean, we just talked about it to start when we were talking about the Dodgers, right? We were talking about how Andrew Friedman was aggregating salaries, which wasn't a thing necessarily in Major League Baseball and doing multiple team trades.
With the Jimmy trade,
right?
It's not just the Bradley Beal. It was mostly the Bradley Beal thing, okay?
Right. Yeah,
but
he didn't want to go.
Right. He didn't want to leave, and they couldn't really do a deal without him.
Right.
Okay. But I do think even now when they try to improve the team, they have to go one for one. They can't do 3 players that add up to $50 million.
But
it has to be one for one.
Right.
Do you think that makes it
that's hard.
Fair? Because I feel like there's so many. Would you rather have one, like you said, $50 million guy, or 3 guys that add up?
No, I think I'd rather have 3.
Yeah.
But that's why they did that.
Yeah, they're $50 million.
So you can't trade like an older guy making a lot of money for 3 awesome players. Like that's why 3 up and coming young good players, because one team is desperate for anyone with name value, and they take them for their younger good players.
I'm trying to think of like how
again, it's protecting the owners from themselves.
Tell me if you understand this. If let's say they trade Durant to Minnesota, do they have to trade
Minnesota?
Do they have to trade Durant 1-for-1 for somebody there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It has to be a 1-for-1. They can't take back like 2 guys that add up to 50.
I'm pretty sure you can.
I think that's right. So then what does that look like? Is that Julius
it's
Randle?
Julius Randle. And it might have to be a sign and trade.
Or is that Gobert?
Oh, yeah, Rudy. Rudy makes the money. Rudy makes the money work. Randle, if they do a sign and trade, but then that hard cap's Minnesota.
If there's a third team involved, I'm trying to think, because I remember when they were talking with the Warriors about Durant.
Right.
And it was going to be like 3 players.
Yeah.
It was like, I remember that trade. It was like Kuminga and Gary Payton Jr. and somebody else.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what I mean. I'm trying to understand how that works. We need like a Bobby Marks.
I was going to say,
check
I heard Bobby Marks saying on ESPN Cleveland that basically like most trades with like guys that make a lot of money nowadays, if you're at the second apron, they're going to have to all be like 3-4 team trades.
Right.
For anything to work.
Well, but that's what it was. It was Durant, but it wasn't from the Warriors. It was only going to have to be basically they can do it multiple team. The money just has to add up, but it has to be one player going in each direction. Then there's trade exemptions you could use or whatever.
Yeah.
So it gets funky. It's a little too granular for the audience, I think.
I can't wrap my head around all of it. I remember reporting on it, and I was like, I don't even totally understand this. Bobby, can you read this? Does it make sense?
He knows way better.
I
right?
know.
So the point is for the Lakers going to be really tough. And there's already Western teams that are better positioned.
Yeah.
And you already got your lottery ticket from the sky. So now it's going to be on Rob to figure out the rest of it. And it's not easy.
Are we going lottery ticket from the sky or manna from heaven?
I mean, manna from heaven was used for KCP.
Right. So I think we need to do something biblical.
Okay.
It's got to be. What do you think, Linz?
Yeah.
I mean, there's Luke. Luke is a biblical name.
Yeah.
Is he associated with anything?
Maybe the audience can help us out there.
Yeah.
They're always
like
pretty creative with that stuff. Yeah.
Because, I mean, I like the lottery ticket from the sky. I don't know. It feels Rob's into the bibiblical references.
I hear you.
Luke
but you can't use manna from heaven twice.
Yeah.
What is it?
Luke was one of the 4 evangelists.
Yeah.
I don't even remember like the Gospel of Youth. Hold on, let me see.
You know,
Somebody
it's like
you
can't use manna from heaven twice because it's kind of like when Tyrese Halliburton said he already did the choke signing because he thought he won the game.
He did think he won. I mean,
he thought he won. Right, but it's like he's like, I can't go to that move anymore.
Right.
Same thing. Can't go to
he
manna
understands,
in heaven.
But you know what was funny is like he had been trying to use that move for 2 years.
Yeah.
When they played them last year too, he wanted to use it.
He wanted it.
He was very aware.
Yeah, yeah.
Here, Luke draws our attention to Christ's focus on the lost and least, the overlooked and the underappreciated.
No, we need something more tangible.
Too biblical. Yeah.
Well, anyway, while we figure that out.
Okay.
Like I'm just trying to prepare people that this could be challenging, is what I'm saying with the Lakers. Like, hopefully you don't get too used to anyone on the roster not named Luka at this point moving forward, is what I would say.
Yeah, I think LeBron will be there as long as
right. I mean, LeBron, yeah, but like
LeBron too. You know, he's not
right, but
going anywhere.
that's also short term with LeBron. That's not going to be long term.
Yeah, a year or two.
Yeah, and what are we doing with Austin?
I feel like he's fairly core. I know all the things. I know.
I mean, his agent's out there telling him, keep making trades for second stringers with him on your trade machine.
I know.
I was like,
me.
You probably shouldn't have done that one. I mean, what do you care what people on Twitter are saying?
I know. I like the. I know why it happens because like when you get caught in the Twitter storm and you don't answer, it's every once in a while you just want to snap back.
I got you.
Just want to clap back.
I got you.
Clap.
But it's like
I get it. I'm okay with that.
It's fine. It's not necessary.
No, it's not necessary. It doesn't help your cause.
$30 million is actually the type of output he's giving you offensively.
Right. I mean, and look at like
he's a
we
huge
just got
bargain.
done covering Denver. Christian Brown is their guy they can extend. He's going to make $30 million next year.
Right.
Christian
and Austin's
Brown.
better.
And Austin's better.
Yeah.
I mean, Christian's a world-class defender.
Elite, yes. But he's an average offensive player.
Correct.
Maybe slightly above.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good next to Jokic.
Right.
Everyone's good next to Jokic.
Right.
I think I could score 10 points a game next to Jokic. Jesus.
But,
this guy's amazing.
Yeah, but again, I just think the Austin thing will be interesting because I think you have to use him eventually as a trade chip.
Well, he has to decide if he wants to sign that extension. If he signs that extension, I feel like he's setting himself up to get traded.
Mm-hmm.
But if he doesn't sign the extension, that's like guaranteed money that you're not locking in. That extension puts him in a really tradable category.
Oh, no, for sure.
His money, I think it's like $89 million over 4 years.
Right.
That's a perfect tradable contract.
Yeah.
And he's a really good player.
Yeah.
And it's, and then you lose control. But do you want to bet on yourself, right?
And go to free agency and make more. Right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because then you're waiting for a team with cap space, and no one has cap space.
Well, except the Nets.
Yeah, for now, until they use it at Kuminga.
Yeah. Right.
So there's just no one with cap space, and it's a dangerous game to play.
Right.
Then you're looking at sign-in trades, and you're looking at, it's not that simple.
Right.
There's not really true
guys
free
don't want to bet
anymore.
themselves on themselves anyway. They'd
Yeah,
rather
one
just take
injury away.
Yeah, they take the money, and what is it? What's the saying? Better a bird in the hand than two in the bush. Right.
100%.
Yeah.
I'd take the money if I was him, but then you have in the back of your mind, that you can be traded at any moment.
Right. And you probably will have to be at some point.
Yeah.
Because Luka's going to need a co-star. And it may not be him.
I actually think Austin and Luka play really well together.
Oh, no, they do.
Like,
but I don't
Luka
think he's
plays
good
really
enough.
well with a guy like Kyrie. He was really good.
But I don't think he's good. I don't think he's Kyrie.
Right.
So that's the problem. Like, that's why he can't be your second best player.
That's true.
So that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
And then the only way you can get like a real second best player is by using him.
Probably.
Eventually.
Yeah, because LeBron's just going to leave one day.
Right. It's going to be over. It's going to be like.
Right.
I mean.
They've actually done their contracts really well where they will have some cap space.
No. Oh,
when
for
LeBron's
sure.
done, they'll be pretty healthy cap-wise.
Yeah, they'll have enough money to get like some decent players.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not like another max guy, but like enough to like help the roster.
Yeah. For
sure. And you have to have some cap space.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen is, as we talk about the guys moving around, right? It's like a game of musical chairs in a lot of ways with these contracts. There's only so much money.
What's going to happen.
Right. So certain guys are going to be left to have to fend into free agency.
Yeah. That's why I think you saw a lot of those strange coaching changes at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have a team like Memphis.
Right.
That was supposed to be the next great team.
Yeah.
That's paying guys a lot of money. John Morant's on a max deal. I mean, although it's a baby max, right? Jared Jackson Jr. is paid a lot.
Little baby max.
Yeah, the baby max, the $200 million max. That's baby max. And then there's Desmond Bain on a baby max.
Yeah.
Right? Those are $200 million.
And then Jaren Jackson Jr.
due for a really big one.
Yeah.
Because
Because he's been Defensive Player of the Year.
Correct.
He's been on the All
Not
NBA
the baby
teams.
max,
Right. He's on the Big Boy Max.
Yeah, the big boy max.
Yeah.
That's a really expensive, top-heavy team to lose in the first round.
Right.
Or not even make the play-in.
Right.
Lose in the play-in.
Yeah.
You just can't do that.
Nope.
With that much money.
I agree.
So somebody got to go. You
It's
got to
just
reload.
math.
Yeah, I mean, look, if your owner wants to spend that money and lose in the play-in every year, fine. But most don't.
Right. But if you put like Desmond Bain with like Giannis somewhere, like I'm just saying, like he'd be really good because he's tough, he defends, he hits shots,
That's
and
right.
he's fearless going to the basket even as a small guy. You know what I'm saying? And like he's a good secondary ball handler.
That's right. And I think those are the guys you're going to start seeing moving around.
Right.
Because their current teams, because they drafted him and he's eligible for bigger contracts, they're not going to want to keep going on that scale.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think happens with the Warriors? I feel like this Jimmy thing is a ticking time bomb too.
I mean, isn't it always?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. They're just going to ride it till the wheels fall off.
Right.
That's what they've locked themselves into.
Yeah.
I mean, they're always very creative, though, and I think the Kuminga situation is
Are they not good at developing? That's what I saw somebody on the internet
I would
say
agree with
that is their fatal flaw is
that's why they're not the Spurs.
Right. I mean the right.
Well, they didn't draft the right guys.
Wiseman, yeah.
I mean, there were so many guys in that draft. They could have had Halliburton. They could have had LaMelo. They could have. I mean, there's so many.
I'm not as big on LaMelo.
I know, me neither. But even so, he's better than Wiseman.
Correct.
Okay. They haven't drafted well, and when they do draft well, they haven't developed those guys.
I mean,
very
you
well.
can't blow a second pick in the draft. Like that is usually a death blow to most teams.
Yeah, and I think the Kuminga situation is interesting. Like, I very much doubt that he leaves there for nothing. If he leaves, I think they get something for him. They do some kind of sign and trade. They get something back.
Right.
That's why the Warriors have been good. Is they don't give out those irresponsible contracts.
It's just Steph to your point earlier.
Yeah, and
that draft's kind of weird, man. If you think about it, I'm just looking at it now.
Read me the people in that
and
draft.
Edwards, obviously, no problem, number one. And if you redrafted, he would be number one.
Yeah,
still
100%.
James Wiseman, LaMelo, Patrick Williams.
Ooh,
yeah, kind of a bust.
Chicago, yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Isaac Okoro, role player at 5.
Role player, yeah.
Yeah. Onyeka Okongwu has played pretty well lately. He's become a starter.
Yeah.
At 6, okay. That's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah. Killian Hayes out of the league.
Yep.
So that's a bust. Obi
Detroit,
Toppin,
right?
8, role player.
Been traded already.
Yeah, but role player, solid role player, Denny Advia's had a resurgence.
Yeah.
He's played very well.
I voted for him most improved.
He was on my list.
He was going 30-point triple doubles.
He was on my list.
Last 2 months of the year, yeah.
Yeah. Then Jalen Smith, bust.
God, where did he get taken?
10th.
It's by
Devin Vassell, solid player, 11th. But then Halliburton.
Wow.
12.
Okay.
Right. So, if you redrafted that, Halliburton easily is number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And LaMelo, I think, is really good. But that's another question. Does LaMelo stay in Charlotte?
Tyrese Maxey, 21.
Yeah.
He might be 3.
Yeah, he would probably.
He would probably go before LaMelo.
Maybe a Kong. Yeah, Onyeka. I think big guy is
right.
play.
But LaMelo would not guaranteed to be a top 3 in a redraft. There.
No.
Right.
And he was the rookie of the year.
Right.
Over Ant Edwards.
Right.
You just can't stay healthy, that guy.
Yeah.
And even when he
I
is
also
healthy,
don't think he's the
know
most disciplined basketball player.
Yeah.
On the floor.
Does he get you wins?
Right. He's fun to watch.
Yeah.
But I'd have to see more.
That's another guy. Do they stick with him in Charlotte?
I don't know. I don't know if there's anything those guys can do.
Yeah. I think there's things they can do.
No, I'm just saying
I like Jeff Peterson. I think he's a good GM. We'll see what happens from there.
Yeah. I'm never high on them is what I would say.
Yeah.
They're do you do this when I watch League Pass when I start the season? I try to watch everybody.
Okay.
At least a little bit. Like once a week, I'll try to watch at least a half of somebody. Okay.
No, I just watch the teams.
Usually second halves.
Yeah.
And then as the season goes
I'll
on,
flip around, yeah.
I start eliminating
win a
teams.
wing.
I'm like Charlotte is always at the top of my list
yeah.
that I'm gone on.
Yeah. Well, I watch the teams I have to watch.
Yeah.
There's like 10 teams you really got to watch.
Well,
We're always going to
for
talk
sure.
about them.
Yeah, no doubt.
You
No
got to
doubt.
watch the Lakers and Clippers
Yeah.
and the East Coast teams. Obviously got to watch the Warriors a lot. Denver.
Yeah.
San Antonio.
Yeah. Hey, you need a new Cadillac?
Sure.
Cadillac Beverly Hills. We got.
Okay, I'm down.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you need
a
new flooring.
car.
So, I mean,
I
we
need
got,
a new car,
got
yeah.
you the Crazy Hernandez brothers. We're excited to announce right here a brand new partnership with perhaps the nicest dealership in America, Cadillac of Beverly Hills. If you haven't seen it on Wilshire, it is. I'm like selling it short, calling it the nicest dealership in America, because when you walk in, you're like, holy moly, this place is out of control. And look, we know Cadillac, but when's the last time you've driven one? So, Momo, I don't know if you know this. My dad bought a Cadillac when I was a little kid, and it was like a used Cadillac, but still awesome.
Yeah.
And it drove like we were on a cloud. Like this was pre-seatbelts being like a super duper thing. Yeah. And I would just like fall asleep in the back. And it was like
pre-seatbelts.
Yeah,
okay.
Pre-seatbelts being a real thing.
I remember wearing seatbelts, but okay, that's
like
maybe
in the 80s, people were like loose on seatbelts.
Yeah, car seats, same thing.
Yeah. So, but it drove like a dream. And you know what? They drive even better now. And when you drive a Cadillac, you know you've made it. And the new lineup of Cadillac EVs, sedans, SUVs define luxury at the top of its game. And you can find them all at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Go reach out to my guy, Tony. I mentioned to you all, they're huge NHL fans. They're locked in on this Stanley Cup final right now. So go in and say hello to Tony and his incredible team at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And check them out on the web, CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Hey, guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement, and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms.
Hey, guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk, and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
Sellers Advantage has been buying homes from sellers in Southern California for over 20 years. They hold an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau, and there's a reason they have some of the best reviews in town. Sellers Advantage will make you a competitive cash offer that can match what you'd end up with after paying for expensive repairs and agent commissions without the hassle of listing your home. Plus, they take pride in buying on your terms. If you want to sell your home, call Sellers Advantage for a no-obligation offer. 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-2747. Or, better yet, go to their website, sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
And it is Sedano Kap, your Friday afternoon Feel Good Friday. Momo sitting in for Cappy. Big deal or no deal in just a few moments. But first, tomorrow he turns 95. The one and only Clint Eastwood. Colin Farrell turns 49. And Waka Flocka Flame turns 39. How about that? And tomorrow, back in 1989, Soul the Soul released Back to Life. However do you want me? Sedano and Kap continues your Friday afternoon right now.
Also very 90s, this song. Soul to Soul. However do you want me? However do you need me?
It's a little low.
Yeah,
get up
I
higher.
can't get that high.
Since
I'm
we
not
don't
Trudell.
We don't have time for a big deal or no deal, so I'm just going to say, Trudell's booty drop. Big deal, no deal.
I think it's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
It's a big deal, too.
Listen, Trudell has reimagined himself.
Has he?
I believe
Really
in
loosened up.
his return to
Really?
710.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I listened to him, but tell me how he's reimagined.
Look at the booty drop itself.
the booty drop, he nudged him and Chris. Chris was talking about.
Whoa. What did I miss?
Bunny nudge.
So
dog.
Stephanie has Chris's girlfriend has a who works here and
Yes.
does a fantastic job. She has a pet rabbit, and the rabbit
Otis.
And Otis. We somehow discovered that Otis is a nudger. He nudges Chris in like a loving way.
Yeah.
So we were talking about it with Mike here, and then Chris said, "Oh, it's like this," and he nudged Trudell in the cheek.
Wow.
And we started laughing.
Did Trudell freak out?
No, he laughed and then nudged him back.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. Go, Mikey.
So that's what I'm saying. Like Trudell has reimagined himself.
Okay.
Everyone's favorite sideline reporter is going to comedic affair here.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to the stadium after this. I'm doing Dodgers Yankees.
Nice.
It's gonna be
Now you're just
exciting.
going as a fan.
Going as a fan, yeah.
Yeah,
My girlfriend's bought tickets a while
Nice.
ago. Yeah. And they were like, "Can you go?" And I was like, "I have no idea. Just
We'll figure it out.
pencil me as a maybe. I don't know what's going to happen
Hard
with these playoffs.
maybe.
Hard maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, "Yeah, I'll go. Okay, cool."
Derek Carr's there apparently.
Tonight?
Yeah, somebody just tweeted it.
Dark car.
Cappy loves a good Derek Carr impersonation.
Dark car.
Because he said that somehow or another he started to sound more and more like Elvis over the years.
Yeah.
He's from Fresno.
Right. I know, right?
Yeah.
But he went down to New Orleans and all that stuff.
Well, he was in, but he was doing that when he was with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it got more Elvis-y in
Right.
New Orleans.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I feel like with Derek, like is he gonna have a broadcast career? Is he moving straight into that?
He might. He's pretty. I mean,
feel like he's articulate.
I thought he was always good in like the press conference
Yeah.
settings.
Right.
Yes. Mhm.
I mean, I feel like we need more guys like that, like
I agree.
ex-quarterbacks who like know what's going on.
Yeah. I'm a big believer in the ex-quarterback who knows what's going on.
Yeah.
So.
Tonight's the first night without basketball in a while.
I know. And there's the Stanley Cup final hasn't even started either.
Right. So we got college softball.
College
we
softball.
got WNBA.
What's on W
I think
today?
Kelsey Plum is going back to Vegas. I think the Sparks are playing the Aces.
Oh, is that what we got
It's a little
tonight?
revenge
Hold on, let me
game.
look this up. What do we got?
I think that's right.
Let me see. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I may just go like it might
I'm
be
going
like
to the stadium. I'm going Dodgers
yeah.
Yankees.
Well, I'll do Dodgers. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll watch that at home tonight. Yeah, and then after that, it may be like a streaming night, like whatever pops up on like Netflix or something.
Yeah, what's on Netflix these days?
Mateo wants. I've already seen it before, but Mateo wants to watch Court of Gold.
Oh yeah, okay, I've seen some of that.
Yeah, we watched a little bit of the first episode, but you know,
So
usually
he's like really into basketball this way.
sports. Period. Anything.
How do I-
He's gonna.
I'm trying to make my. I can't.
It's
make
not
my,
for everybody. It's just it is what it is. I have another kid who doesn't care.
I mean,
like it just is what it is. Like they just
no,
are who they
it's
are.
Really, like I can't make him like it. I
Right,
turn
but maybe the little
games
one will
on.
like it.
Jacob, yeah, he seems like more interested. The other day he was watching like 5 minutes of the Knicks game, and I wasn't even in the room. I'm like, so who's winning? He's like, the blue ones.
Right.
Yeah. I was, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
He
Blue
talks
ones were
now.
winning.
It's kind of fun.
Oh,
Like
that's
he's,
cute.
He's like
Yeah.
3, and
Yeah.
he's starting to talk now, and not just in like a repeat words kind of way.
That's great.
Like he's saying
Yeah,
things.
but let's talk more about this, perhaps in your dealer's
Yeah.
choice on the other
Okay.
side. Let's do that. Momo, one more segment. Stick around, 710 ESPN.
Pacific Palms Resort, LA's Hilltop Hideaway and #1 work and play resort, provides opportunities for all travelers and locals. Enjoy restful accommodation, dine in the Red Restaurant with an expansive outside patio, or pamper yourself and relax at the spa. Hit the links at one of their 2 championship courses, the Babe and the Ike. Pacific Palms Resort is the perfect choice for a Los Angeles venue for your business meetings, weddings, and big events. Enjoy a beautiful staycation or family holiday at their Hilltop property. Book your stay at LA's #1 work and play resort today at PacificPalmsResort.com.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installation with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's
Hey
time to
guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double Down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
I don't know. We'll get through it somehow without Cappy. What is that scumbag doing today anyway? Anyway, have a great weekend, would you? Gonna be warm this weekend. Enjoy those summertime vibes. Enjoy the hoops, the baseball, and so much more. We'll see you Monday afternoon at 3 p.m. Sedano and Kap with Momo. Final segment your Friday afternoon right now.
Yeah, final segment. Momo in the house on a Friday. There was a lot of ball talk in the 5 o'clock hour. Dealer's Choice, the real deal.
Basketball talk.
Yeah. Ball knowers. Brought to you by
I wanna make that clear.
Seller's Advantage. I mean, you're the one talking about, nut milk on this station for a long time. So.
What do you, I mean, it's
It's
nut
a thing.
milk.
I know. I got you.
Bit of
I
you
tried
or
it.
not? Should've been.
I tried your nut
It
milk.
was good.
It was good. Want to sell your house before you call an agent? Call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. So call them at 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer, or visit their website, sellersadvantage.com. So, Momo,
Yeah.
what do you got, dealer's choice?
Let's just talk about why I was late today.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah,
I was coming in hot
Yeah.
because I got a message from the teacher like, hey, we got to complete these assignments, and like it's all online.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Can you work on it at home? I'm like, yeah, but I don't have that iPad that you guys use
Or the software you
or
can
the
download.
software.
Right. Yeah.
And
she
then,
couldn't
and then
get you
I
the
tried
software?
To do it. Yeah, no, I tried to do it on my phone and it's not
Phone, no.
compatible.
No.
And then I tried on my laptop, not compatible.
Oh.
And this iPad has to be 16 or above. I'm like, that's like a brand new iPad. I don't have a brand new iPad.
Right,
iPads.
yeah.
So I had to come into the school and like sit there and work on this.
Yikes.
And I was like, what happened to like homework?
Yeah. Homework
What
is not a
happened-
thing anymore.
Yeah, I was like, what happened to like, I'll work with him on some addition. And then they started asking.
Kids, though, I feel like you shouldn't have homework until
No.
you're in high school
Agreed.
or maybe middle school, maybe.
Yeah, but like I would gladly sit with my child and help him learn how to do some math. But let me tell you how they like want to do math.
It's very weird now.
It's so weird now.
Listen,
I
this
can't
is
even
how-
figure it
This was
out.
like the question, okay? It was like, what is 168 minus 84, okay?
Right.
And the way you do it is you do the hundreds. You go like, okay, like let's say 168 minus 104. Okay, I mean obviously you can do that pretty
Right.
quickly in
Yeah.
your head, right?
Right.
But the way they do it is they go the hundreds minus the hundreds.
Right.
Okay, so they go 1 minus 1. Then they do the tens minus the tens.
Right.
And they say whatever that is. Then they do the ones minus the ones. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then they go, let's use the block of 10. How would you do this using the block 10 method? I'm like, what is the block
Yeah, I don't know what the
10
block 10 method
What
is either.
this?
And I know,
It
but
looked
I've
like
heard of
Tetris.
this.
I was
Yeah.
like, what
Yeah.
is this? I
It's
want to
not-
help you with
It seems
this.
very, very, it seems like a lot more work than it needs to be.
I was like,
Kasim just graduated college last week and he can't even remember how to do it.
I mean, I took AP calculus and did very well on those tests.
Right.
And I did very well in my SATs
What?
and
Calculus?
math. Yes.
Pretty
did
sure I
all of those
graduated
things.
with like algebra 2.
Yeah, like I did all of those things, and I'm like, the block 10 method. What is this?
Right.
Like this is what this is how we're teaching our kids now.
Well, my sister told me
Who
that
came up with
the
this?
reason why they
I
do
can't
it.
even help him.
She said the reason why they do that way is has something to do with coding.
It is, yes, that is correct.
That because
Okay,
you
but
know
if
how
I'm
they
going to
code.
help my kid with his homework, I need to be able to understand.
Well, you don't.
this.
Well, you should
don't.
take a coding class.
Yeah.
I did. I know HTML. I could like code a basic website.
I feel like nowadays though HTML they don't even use
They
that
don't
really
use that
anymore.
anymore.
Oh,
yeah.
is that
That's
that
not
too
a
old?
thing.
Oh,
It's
shoot.
it's old.
Yeah.
That's old school.
Yeah.
I could do
Shoot.
HTML.
I know it's
used to have
close
to-
though. That's why you saw my eyes lit up.
I know. You got nervous. You're like, don't, but no. I'm.
I was like, Momo, you're letting it loose.
No, it's a Friday.
That
but
Celsius
I
got
have,
you going.
I have control. You know, it really did. This thing worked, man.
They always tell me they know when I've had 2 Celsiuses. It's a 2 Celsius
I mean,
Lindsay
what's
day.
in this? This is really, you know.
Caffeine, a lot of
I
other
was a little
stuff.
sleepy earlier. I was
Christopher
like,
Morales cannot drink Celsius. Let's just say that.
Oh,
it's got
my.
sodium.
No, it's got since he's a heart patient.
Yeah, thing
Oh,
will
yeah.
make your heart
Yeah.
pound.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what it's got. It's
Yeah.
got green tea.
Yeah.
With some EGCG and ginger and guarana seed.
Yeah. Guarana get you going.
Hey, it's turning on my thermogenesis. Does that? I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that
Sounds
means.
good.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Careful when
good.
you turn on your thermogenesis.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe Nev will be excited about that
I know. It's Friday.
after the Dodger
Yeah.
game.
Well, I
So
don't understand. Like,
you're
what are
trying
we-
to help your child,
trying to help.
and they're not letting you help your damn child.
Because it's all. What is this blockchain stuff?
Blockchain.
Block
There's
10.
6.
I was like, is this what we're learning in kindergarten?
Do they learn like basic like arithmetic stuff?
I was like, I thought we were more at the like 5 + 5.
Me
mode.
too.
Well,
Like,
I know
kindergarten.
they don't even teach handwriting anymore.
They don't?
Like cursive. Yeah, they don't teach it anymore.
Well, I interrupted
Kasim
his
doesn't know how
very
to write
important
cursive.
scissors lesson. He was like cutting things with the scissors, and I was like, and his teacher was like, "Can you have him practice cutting at home?" And I was like, "For what? Is this going to be a big thing in his life?" I don't know.
Maybe he wants to. I don't know. Cut.
Do some origami.
Yeah.
You know.
Listen, my daughter's a great crafter. She
Yeah?
loves a good scissor. She does.
I used to have like the different. The
you know
different
she makes her
patterns
own
of the
clothes
silver-
now?
Oh, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
She has a sewing machine.
That's
What?
awesome.
Yeah.
Does she
So
want to
I'm
be
telling
like
you,
a
my
clothing
kids
designer?
cannot be, and she does codes. She codes too. That my kids cannot be any different.
Wow. Mateo's watching Court of Gold.
Mateo's watching Court of Gold and like breaking
Artist,
down a
super
Mariners
creative.
game with me yesterday. I don't remember whether they were playing the Nationals, and and talking about like why the guy, shouldn't have tried to steal, and he's 6. And then I got the other one
I
like
can't make my
making
kids like
making
baseball.
clothes.
I'm trying so hard to make Daniel like baseball. I'm like, this is going to happen. This is going to happen.
Don't force it. Maybe Jacob will.
I know. Well, I'm trying the FOMO thing. I'm like, okay, so maybe I'll get Jacob to play, and then Danny will feel like he has to play.
Right.
Like I'm missing out if I don't play.
It doesn't matter. Let them speak their own language.
I don't know, dude. My kid's going to need to throw a ball. He's going to need to be able to play catch. I was a college softball player. This is happening. There's certain things that I think my parenting advice, just make them do it sometimes. I have to just force.
You know what? Your parents did it to you. You do it to them
Are you playing
too.
Calm Down because I'm worked up?
No, because it's time to go. It's our calm down music.
Oh,
like we're
this
calming
is my
down.
cryo song.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you get in the cryo
This
machine.
is our out song.
Yeah, I like it.
It's our outro song.
You know, I usually am out of the car by then.
Oh,
I listen to you guys while I'm driving home,
Right,
but
but
I'm
now
usually
you know.
home by
We got to
6,
tell Cappy to calm down. That's why.
He's never calm.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
What would Cappy be like on
Oh
Celsius?
my God! Don't
Oh
even
my
talk to you
God.
about that. Thank you for hanging out today.
That was fun.
Great job, Kasim, Lindsay, the boys in the back, the circle, and of course Momo. We'll talk to you on Monday. See ya.
This is Do or Die.
This is the main event.
Some call it the biggest match in LAFC history.
LAFC taking on Club America.